David Collins.
David Collins. David Collins.
David Collins.
David Collins.
You're listening to 30-minute half hour.
I hope you guys have checked out David Collins' 30-minute half hour podcast.
Featuring great guests like Andy Fiore, Katie Burke, and Cardiff Electric.
Never heard of these guys.
Hey, Joey, relax.
He's either hilarious or hates me.
Oh, well, I appreciate you, by the way, man. Thank you for watching it with you and your mother. I hope I was able to make you guys laugh a little bit in a hospital setting. I know
Certainly, and it's not often that she gets to smile anymore, so it's great that she had that opportunity with your special.
It means a lot, dude, so thank you.
No, this is the best podcast I've ever been on. I mean, this was the most fun.
Wow, what a compliment.
Yo, thanks for keeping this guy going and kicking ass and taking names. I don't know if I can swear on this, so I'm sorry if I messed that up, but dude...
We try to keep it a family show, but as you can see by that opening segment, we're getting a little edgier than we're used to, but our audience seems to be enjoying it.
This was tremendous. Thank you for having me, I guess.
I just want to say this is probably the best day of my life, Dave. I had a really great time.
This was a great time.
We'll have to have you back in the future. You've done such a good job in those games. Do you know Austin Ingalls?
I love Austin.
He did a great job on these games, and we're looking to have him back.
Well, I just want to say thank you for inviting me on. It was really great to be a part of the show. I hope you get Jerry back. I hope that they find him. And I wish you and your viewers the best.
Hi there. I'm calling to leave a voicemail for David Collins.
First-time caller, long-time listener.
Hi, David. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Good morning. This voicemail is for David Collins. First-time caller, long-time listener.
Big up, David.
Hey, Dave, first-time caller.
Hey, David, this is Dan McCullough calling in.
Hey, David. Real glad to hear you on the air again.
Hi, David. This is Deborah, a longtime listener of your show.
David Collins, longtime caller, first-time listener. I love the show.
That's perfect. Everybody listening? Everybody listening? Perfect. Everybody listening? Perfect. Everybody listening? That's perfect. Everybody listening? That's perfect. Everybody listening? And that's perfect. Everybody listening? That's perfect. Everybody listening? That's perfect. Everybody listening? What a great episode. That's perfect. Everybody listening? I've been David Collins, and you've been David Collins, and you've been David Collins, and you've been the best.
You're listening to David Collins' 30-minute half-hour podcast.
That is great radio.
Starring David Collins.
I've been known as a bit of a hot interviewer, and I need to confront you on something here.
You've seen him on KMKF or 30-minute half-hour show. But now, with his very own podcast featuring the best comedians and broadcasters from all over this great country of ours.
And not a lot of people know this about me, but I'm also a large fan of comedy.
What's that? Is that red thing got marijuana's in it?
Yeah. Now here's
Can I see
host.
that?
It's
want to see what
model
it is. I had to. Just curious. Never tried it before.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Drive Time David Collins. I'm a little confused. I have this prep package set up here, and I get double screens. It's very confusing. I don't know if I'm pausing or if I'm looking at a video of a paused video. Good morning, everybody. Boy, what a great show. I hate this setup. I'll be honest. I'm going to say it right away. It's going to bug me the whole time, but at least we show some of the new. We have new posters up and things. Mm-hmm. Are You Dead Yet up there? Anybody see that? Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Drive Time David Collins. It's Wednesday, May 28th, and boy, do we have a packed show today. Welcome to the show, Nathan.
Thanks.
Nathan Tricky Allen. He's a magician. I teased this a little bit earlier this week. I said, we have a magician on the show. Tell your friends.
No, I'm pumped. I'm stoked.
I told all my friends. I even told my...
told both of them, huh?
Yeah. I told the semi-driver at work. I was like, hey, man, tune in tomorrow. We got a magician.
You still bring less props, though, than Delicious or Robert Wallace.
Way less than Carrot Top, that's for sure.
You know how many baseball bats? These are souvenirs. I don't know where that wiffle baseball... I hope the tennis threw it away, to be honest. But Delicious brought me a baseball bat. This is Robert Wallace's baseball bat. I'll bring it.
Yeah, we're just acquiring murder weapons.
Show the camera here. I do have a close-up camera now. I do kind of like that aspect of it.
I should have brought you a machete.
Did you see him on the bottom cam with that thing in the air? It looked like he was giving the old Elon Musk. No.
Ooh, little.
A little music to start the morning this morning. So we have a magician on the show. Troy Rigdon's back. Anybody? You want to look at the live chat either? You see that? I don't know what's going on.
We got Ouija.
Good morning, Ouija. Ouija made a very funny joke this morning. He said, I don't think it's the first magician that you've had on the show. Troy does a trick where he turns a traffic stop into a felony.
I've been known to turn quite a few things into a felony.
We got a Ouija with a real zinger. How do you pull a rabbit out of a beanie?
There we go. This morning.
Hop onto my website, funnymagicshow.com. You'll see my rabbit. You'll see why it fits into a beanie like this. But yeah, I like this.
Do you have one in there right now?
No, it's dead. My lovely assistant's inflatable, and my rabbit is dead. I don't do a lot of kid shows anymore.
I see. She's still in the trunk?
I switched to a minivan so she can breathe a little bit.
And then we were wondering. We saw a minivan drive by. We said, oh, that must be him.
Yeah.
A magician.
Good thing you parked out a camera, because definitely would have doxed you. You got them special plates.
No, did he park? No, he's over. Are you in the parking lot?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
But no, that van, I used to be full of props and stuff, like 10, 15 years ago when I was doing shows, but I got sick of carrying all that shit around.
Right.
It took 2 hours to set up each show.
Did you do stage shows?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Make the girl float in the air, saw somebody in half, make my head blow up and disappear. Yeah.
Really?
Shit,
But
dude.
that, man, those props are a bitch to maintain. Can I say bitch?
I got to imagine.
Yeah.
Hey, you can say whatever you'd like.
Okay, whatever
You should hear what I say.
I mean, you got to get a new woman every time.
Speaking of...
Insurance is a killer, man.
That's why he does it.
You think one little slip-up's bad there? You know, this is Troy Rigdon. Last time he was on the show.
Oh, no. Who the fuck's stocking shelves, David? Like, who the fuck is that? God, it's fucking perfect. You gotta fucking...
I wore the same shirt.
What happened to the fucking Chinese cafe that... He goes, what the fuck is that? Bro, I fucking hate the Met Gala. I fucking dress. Stupid fucking thing. And the fucking insanity. Fucking cop. Fucking... What the fuck? Fucking girls. Fucking sucks off with those. I fucking... Dude, this thing is fucking fucked.
One episode?
Yeah. Right. Fucking Google's like, oh, fucking this shit, that shit.
I should have brought a dictionary for a gift here.
It certainly illustrates the diversity of the fucking word. This fucking way fucking better. That's
actually,
you fucking did it. Fucking.
What I love about this is that word is so versatile.
It certainly is.
And you're using it the exact same way.
No, that's what I was going to say. He's like, I'm used it so many ways. It sounds the same way.
This fucking thing, that fucking thing, these fucking people.
I'm fucking walking here.
It never stops, too. You know, I did the count. I thought this would be a funny idea, and I did the text search. It was over 100-something times. It was more than once a minute.
He's actually asked me if he could put it out, and I was like, yeah, whatever. I was like asleep. And then when he tells me he drops it, he sends me the link, I'm like, oh no. Is it funny at least? He's like, just watch it.
The longer it goes, the more we feel bad for you.
Good luck ever getting corporate work with that. Let's see what this Troy's comedy is all about. Fuck this, fuck that.
Corporate work. Talk about a job at Subway. Everybody, you Google his name. This is what you find.
I'm just happy my arrest record doesn't come up.
You labeled it Troy Rigdon's F.
That's why you need a stage name.
Well, it's a little tease. I think a lot of people saw that and said, ooh, another F word.
I missed that one.
It is what it is. It was very popular. Although I don't think YouTube's helping me at all. It's all the shares of other people.
I mean, I thought it was kind of fun.
I gotta see a magic trick.
They say
me too. You know any?
No, zero.
If Troy, go do a trick.
Does anybody have a toothpick and a piece of tape? I know
exactly what you're talking about.
Make it disappear. Troy did HVAC.
Not surprising.
I used to have a plumber's crack.
Just enjoying my morning coffee this morning. I hope everybody at home is. This is a bit of a drive time show, so people on their drive to work have something to start in the morning. And I don't actually have too much local. Memorial Day just passed. Some local news.
Oh, rest in peace, Memorial Day.
We like to have a little water cooler talk, so people have something to talk about around the water cooler in the morning when they get to work.
Do people still do that? I haven't had one of those jobs for like a decade.
All right, and most of our guests never do, really. We had a guy from the military before. He said, "What's a water cooler?"
That was wild.
That was fun.
Yeah,
that was actually what we just watched.
He he went in the military at like 17 until he was like 29. So like me understanding that entire gap of his life is just like not socially normal
at all.
So he didn't even know what a water cooler was when I was explaining it to him. And I'm like, dude, this is perfect. You got to come on the show and say this.
You got to watch a movie. What are you talking about? That's a pretty easy cultural reference to pick up on.
Yeah, that's something you should have known before 17.
Yeah, that's kind of on him.
Is that
plus you're like 35?
Me?
Yeah, how old
Right, did you
are
never watch Office Space?
About there, we're getting there.
32?
I'm actually 33.
Okay, 33. Okay, not you're up 30. So okay.
riveting discussion you're hosting here.
Well, no, I was trying to think. I'm like at our age, water coolers was that as much of a thing?
Well, I'm a little set behind this morning. I misplaced my note card. So I forgot. I had some other things that I wanted to set up this morning. Of course, I have a bit of a prep package. Now we're going to get to some local news. I have some great Billy McNeely, which will introduce you to Billy McNeely today. He's a martial artist.
Billy's the man.
Oh, we like to watch. But he had a great YouTube video for Memorial Day where I don't want to spoil anything, but it's going to be a surprise what actually ends up happening there.
Is this guy better or worse than Steven Seagal?
Oh my God! We've actually had this conversation.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I should have watched all the episodes before I.
That's not a bad idea. That's what I encourage people to do. Watch all of the reality show at the very least. David Collins' 30-minute-hour reality show. I think that kind of lets people know kind of who we are.
And where can we find that, David?
Everywhere you find shows.
Like I would set you up there.
Well, I guess people know where to find it. I usually try not to do too.
It was like good time.
We try to avoid plugs on the show.
Well, then I won't plug my website, funnymagicshow.com.
That's a pretty good site. I know I'm the preeminent expert on joking.com, but you got a pretty good website.
Is joking.com a real thing?
Look at that.
I have a documentary about it.
You see that?
What are you looking at?
She's walking
dog
three
walks
dogs.
on the hot lady.
Yeah, we got some dog. Yeah, we got an outdoor cam. You don't really need a. People see
Sorry,
it.
I see dogs. I go, holy shit, it's a dog. ADHD in action, baby.
You're a dog.
I'm a dog. Woof. The rig dogs.
Plus, I have a bit of it. We're going to talk a little about Floodwater Comedy Festival today because that didn't. Have you ever participated in Floodwater Comedy Festival?
No. Is that a local thing here?
It was an Iowa City festival for a handful of years, and we were going there, and we would go there and interview some of the audience members, interview the comedians before and after shows. Kind of just participate for the afternoon on the streets for 6 to 8 hours. And we were doing that for years, and they've canceled the festival now.
Oh.
But apparently there was a new festival, Creative something, that's kind of to the former festival creators or runners. What do you call those?
Producers?
The people that worked Floodwater. They're calling this the new Floodwater.
Really?
So we're going to take a little bit look at that. I disagree.
It's called the new Floodwater? That's the name?
Creative Exchange.
Oh, Creative Exchange.
Did you do that festival? Do you do festivals?
I don't really do festivals
Do you
at all.
consider yourself
I don't
a
even do magic festivals.
Do you consider yourself a magician or a comedian?
I consider myself a magician, just a smart ass, but I have to include comedian in the promo materials because
Really?
when people are looking to find somebody like me, they search comedian or
Are there
funny magic
serious
show.
magicians?
Fuck yeah.
Oh, really? I'd say.
Take themselves way too goddamn seriously.
I see.
Can't hang in the green room at all.
No. That's why I never book magicians to open for me.
Right,
It's just insufferable. And if you have to sit in a car with them for 7 hours, oh fuck.
You have an opener?
Generally for public shows, I do. Yeah.
Interesting. I've never seen a magic show that says, "Hey, I got this local comedian here.
Sometimes
Why don't you
it's
listen
local,
to some of this
sometimes it's
first?"
not. Yeah,
And then
that's
Chris Kaufman comes on stage.
I try to go a little friendlier with the
I
comedy
see.
style. So.
But you're an adult.
Yeah,
show.
Adult only shows. Yeah.
Was it
not that it's X-rated, but it's just it's not for kids. I don't have a fucking puppet,
Right.
Yeah.
Was there a time you were hitting the road and doing magic festivals? Is that like part of the come up in magic? Like, is that essential?
No,
I
just never got into it because it went from like being a hobby at 12 years old to all of a sudden being a job from 12 to 16.
That quick.
And by the time I was in my 20s and able to attend festivals and stuff, I mean, I've been to a couple, but by the time I was old enough to do it, I was working so goddamn much that I didn't have time, and
Pointless.
nor did I have any.
They couldn't afford
desire to fraternize with kid show magicians. Who
Right.
are, it's worse than a Star Wars convention. It's like a Comic-Con, except not as cool.
We hit the open mics. I totally get it, dude. There's a lot of people at those things you want to avoid.
Open mics I find really entertaining.
They're a good time. I just
In fact, you run an open mic.
Yeah, there's one tonight
really?
if you guys want to come
Where
by.
at?
It might be the last one for the season.
Really?
It's at the Dubuque Eagles Club. It's called Group Therapy.
Okay.
And it's open to not just comedians, but any music, variety acts,
cool.
magic. But mostly it's just comedians that show
Right.
up. So
Well, it's not a very good acoustic room, I'm sure.
I think it's fine. I think the crowds are really good, and I think you run a really good job over there.
Yeah.
It's a cool spot, and I mean, it's run well, and I mean, obviously, we go to open mics, right? Them shits never start on time, and half the time, you know, you don't even know who's running or what's going on.
Nobody's ever witnessed you blowing so much smoke, Troy. They're going to have such a terrible opinion of you. They say, what happened to our boy Troy Rigdon?
He's trying to get a hosting job, right?
Yeah. He said it's the last one of the season.
I was saying, it was fun. I enjoyed it.
It's just too time intensive because I bring in my own sound and lighting system, and I'm busy with other stuff.
Right.
So, yeah.
Do you tour in the summer?
A little bit, yeah. Mostly private parties, like company events and shit like that.
That's good.
Yeah.
Can I book you?
Mouse.
What's that?
Can I book you?
Sure.
How much?
I don't know. Bag of weed or 10 grand. You choose.
Okay.
It's a big bag.
I can easily get the bag of weed.
I can easily get you 10 grams.
So, of course, we're going to look at a little Billy Dealey. I was hoping we could look at a little more Iron 8K because, of course, he had such a great live stream for us last week, but he has gone offline for about 8 days. I was very concerned because he's disappeared. I followed this guy Iron 8K for the last few years. His name's Nathan. I don't want to give away his middle and last name, but I am aware of those things. And I looked at all of Lewiston, Maine's arrest records over the last week. I couldn't find any evidence that he could have been admitted somewhere, and I guess that wouldn't be too public, but he has gone completely offline. He was living in the woods.
Okay.
I followed him just streaming video games for years, but he went offline about a month ago, and he's been in the woods.
Did he suey?
What's that?
Did he suey?
That's a good point.
Oh, you can say it.
Did
he jump off a bridge or something?
Did he get sued by somebody for copyright?
Oh, I see.
I knew what you were saying.
I don't think it's either of those things. But anyway, he's fine as far as I understand. But he should be. Hopefully, he comes back.
You were just completely speculating that he moved to the woods.
No, we watched it.
He's fine as far as I understand.
We watched it.
He was uploading videos from the tent. He was doing smoking joints, doing rants, that kind of guy.
And now he's gone. Now he's disappeared.
Someone who I would imagine you would probably book as an open.
There have been some nightmare stories, that's for sure. I had one guy, he was supposed to do 20 minutes. He ended up not getting the laughs that he wanted at the 20 minutes, so we pushed it to 30, and at this point, I'm like, oh my God, this is a train wreck at this point. So I didn't stop him.
No.
I didn't light him or nothing. He went for 61 minutes without a single big laugh. Yeah, it was gorgeous.
Honestly, respect.
What was your opener?
That's
for my
hilarious.
next trick.
No, I just got on the God mic and said, we're going to do a 15-minute intermission, grab a drink, reset a little bit.
And shots are
get
on
your
this
money
time.
back and then come back and enjoy the show.
Yeah.
Well, Memorial Day just passed, and we kind of celebrated that last week, of course, but I often on the show like to celebrate holidays twice. Let's take a little look. You know, Memorial Day is a lot like 4th of July. There's firework accidents. People get eaten by sharks.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people celebrating for the first time. It's like New Year's Eve, but in the summer.
Typically a joy.
All right. I did a bad job with the prep package, but here it comes.
Summer is typically a joyous time with less work and school and more relaxation, but it can also be a dangerous time for teen drivers. Here's NBC Local 33, Sydney Simone.
100 Deadliest Days is a time frame between
It's a great way to warm up into the summer.
Yeah, dude.
Did that kid die?
Probably.
Is that the...
This is the local news in Alabama.
He didn't die. He's living in the woods now.
Right. I did look. Well, I was looking up Nate just for this week, though. I did find he has a bit of a history.
And what's the history?
Criminal charges.
Well, yeah,
over
I
the
got
last
to
10 years.
imagine.
Not as much drug-related charges as I expected. A lot more things that I wouldn't even care to. I don't want to besmirch his name.
You're talking about him?
Disturbing the peace, or you saying going up or down? Like disturbing the peace.
Well, he's
boring.
hurting people.
I was acquitted of
yeah,
everything, and it was
issues.
issues.
With the whole thing with his mom.
23 felonies, no
Proudly.
convictions.
I also saw a great picture of his mom with the dog from like 5 or 10 years ago. It was very sweet. Anyway, follow IN8K. Everybody, he's not producing anything right now. You can finally catch up.
What's in your vape? I want some of what you get.
Little local news.
It's a little
Memorial Day and Labor
This is
Day.
something to talk around the water cooler. They say, is your kid? Yeah, I heard you have kids. How are they doing? Are they buckled up for the summer?
When we
Do you
see a
know where your
spike
kids
in the
are at?
number of deadly crashes involving teen drivers.
6 out of 10 crashes involving a teen driver involve a distraction.
My police
John
informer
Redmond with
told
AAA
me
says
someone
those
drove their car
distractions
into
could
a
be cell
subway in
phones.
Scales Mound yesterday.
Cool.
All right, it's Memorial Day week. It's going to start.
Yeah, I'm curious. I was pushing him for information, but he wouldn't give me any.
How far in did they
Can't
go?
imagine
Like
you would
6
share
inch, foot long, or party stuff? Yeah.
Troy's working at a grocery store again. It's a different type. It's a specialized grocery store. They don't have any groceries.
Yeah. It's a pot store without any weed.
Did you hear about this? But he's talking to the locals. Is what he's getting at, and he's getting all this inside knowledge. Talking with somebody who knows a little bit about the law, and he's telling them things before they go public.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm trying to squeeze him for some inside stuff for the show.
Anybody in the Scales Mound area that didn't already notice, a car went through the subway.
So be careful if you're going to Subway in Scales Mound, guys.
I did hear about that, actually. Now I know what you're talking about.
See, I got my ear to the ground, David.
No.
I know the people.
Why did he hear about it? You told me it was exclusive.
Well, I mean, I don't know how you heard it. He must have his.
I thought it was a Facebook article. Maybe there's another.
Well, it happened yesterday, so I mean, like, it's breaking news. News is breaking currently. We're currently breaking the news.
So is the building.
Other underage
they made a
passengers and
drive-through.
illegal street racing plays a huge factor.
Oh, there we go.
The number one distraction.
Oh, a lot of people. Do you see those videos where they take over the streets? It's not teenagers though. It's full-grown adults. They're very scary.
Yeah, they're very
adults.
Puerto Rican.
Yeah, I was going to say, why are they scary?
Oh, you know.
Teen drivers are teen passengers.
Those aren't teens.
Particularly so for males. Males usually want to show off.
So for the audio listeners, by the way, we have a magician here. It's going to be a very visual episode, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. Think of a number from 1 to 100. We'll get to that later.
Can you
all
do that?
three of us?
Don't forget it.
You know, I once worked with
all three. Okay, I'm going to think of one.
I once worked
you
with a
ain't
man.
touching me.
He said that he was an interrogator in the army for many years.
You were?
And he would look at
not me.
follow me. Sorry.
What's in
He
your
was a man. He said he worked as an interrogator in the military for many years, and he would challenge you. He would go through the alphabet and think of one, and then I'm gonna think of a letter, and then I'm gonna go through and say each letter A, B, C, D while looking at you in the eyes, and then he would get to the end and he would tell you the letter you were thinking of every time. He wasn't a magician though. He was
psychic.
No, he was an interrogator.
Yeah.
Can you do that?
I can do what looks like that. Hey, your dogs are out there again, Troy.
Oh, hell yeah. What's up, buddy?
I thought you said she was hot.
I was talking about the dog, dude.
All right.
Talking about the other bitch.
Whoa. Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Oh, I got to get into the Discord here. If anybody wants to call in, what's going on in the live chat there? There's people
We got,
reminding me, saying, the Discord isn't open.
Got some good mornings, some yo Troys.
Yo.
Troy puts the demon in demonetized.
Oh, yo, who said that? That's tight.
That's an album name.
It's always Ouija. Ouija's always hitting us
is
with the
on
fire
my
in the
dick all the
chat.
time.
Always.
He's always jacking on my nut straps.
Water Buffalo Talk. Good morning, y'all. How's it looking eastbound on 98 from Gulf Breeze to Destin?
Oh, that's too bad. Matt used to give people traffic when they wanted a little traffic update if something was looking. We don't really have that capability right now.
Dude, Matt's a big fan of Subway. Remember that? I was just thinking
What are you
about
trying to say?
Traffic updates. I don't know. I was just trying to do a callback to my story. Matt has a sweet story about freaking out at the Subway when there was cops there. He was so stoned.
All I was saying was for the audio listeners, they're very visual, but there is a compilation of teens getting car accidents during this local news report.
It's hot.
Parents are the first example.
If we're speeding, all those bad behaviors, they don't occur in a vacuum. Somebody's watching.
No, they occur on the street. Dumbass.
It's usually your teen driver.
Safety
This
officials
guy looks like
encourage
he got run over by a train. Why is he talking about
parents
cars?
to teach their kids about the consequences of distracted driving.
It is important for parents to draw a line and expect better behavior from their children. Even though the parent's not there, they got to be able to trust them.
Of them all, the
This guy's
deadliest
a
day on
great
the
driver.
road
He's got a
is the
AAA
4th of
plaque
July.
in the background.
Sydney Simone, NBC Local 33 News.
That is a great way to end a report. I want to end all my reports like this. Not Donald.
Even though
Let
the
Donald
parent's
finish,
not
and then
there,
this woman
they
wraps
got
us
to
up.
be able to trust them.
Of them all, the deadliest day on the road is the 4th of July. Sydney Simone, NBC Local 33 News.
Thank you, Sydney.
Yeah.
The deadliest day of them all.
Nothing makes you more chipper in the morning than just hearing about the 100 deadliest days.
Wasn't that nice? Oh, yeah, I tried to pull this again, Troy, because Troy really wanted us to play this funny video because we play a lot of body cam on this if I pull something interesting. Oh, I have a great West Virginia update. I'm really excited for some of this prep package. I don't know why I'm so delayed getting through it today.
I'm trying to share your link on my socials on the interwebs, and it keeps autocorrecting live to love. So should I just keep it?
Yes.
People love the show.
Now.
Love now. Send money.
I'll pray for you.
So I do have some good news here, Troy. This video that I attempted to pull again was still muted for some reason, but I found it on another source. So we can take a little look. We looked at a lot of body cam footage, and we also... Anyway, there were a lot of elements of this video that we really enjoyed, so I just wanted to show it to our audience in case people had missed it when it did go through. Did you see this?
No, I haven't seen this one.
There's a man arrested. He really wants to talk about meatball sandwiches.
Through, and I wanted to see the. I love body cams.
You
They're
wouldn't
my
have been able to
favorite
even
thing in
see
the
it.
world.
It wouldn't even have worked on the prep package. It was still muted.
Gotcha.
Dude, yeah, this is a fun one, actually. And I knew David, we all love body cam footage.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm always trying to send David some fun stuff for the show. And I finally found one that was funnier than it was sad.
Oh, well, they're all funny to me. But that's...
Well, he's got a family. You assume he's got a house. He's going to be fine.
Yeah, he'll tell you all about it right here.
Okay.
Wanted some meatball sandwiches. I'm like, you wanted meatball sandwiches. All right. Bug me meatball sandwiches.
Fair enough.
It's
meatball sandwiches. I'm like,
Butler compilation.
kidding me?
Meatball sandwich.
Get us some meatball. Go get us some meatball sandwiches. I'm like,
Oh, this is a different video. This is just him repeating meatball sandwiches. The other one showed more of the arrest. And
He
the
talks about
incident.
trying to get his kids 200 meatball sandwiches for like 25 minutes.
I should have reviewed this.
It's a pretty fun
Anyway,
one.
the man gets in a car accident. He's off the road, and the cops are like, "What happened?" He said, "He just keeps repeating. I was trying to get these meatball sandwiches. My family, all they wanted were these meatball sandwiches. My day off. I really just want to relax. I had to get these meatball sandwiches."
got it. It's a meatball sandwich. This literally is a meatball sandwich result.
You like the meatball sandwiches, though? They're good.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Meatball sandwiches.
Judging by his parking job, I wonder if he
Meatball
went to Subway.
sandwiches. I'm asking for peace.
Very good.
Oh, Subway meatball sub.
And you want violence.
So this is the best part though. So the cops surround him with tasers, and none of them want to make the first move because this man, they're afraid, could take them all.
Literally.
Your boys are doing it, not me.
This guy is a meatball.
Am I really that aggressive?
Am I?
All the cops are so little.
I will get your wife a meatball sandwich.
That was the cop at the end.
You know he was lying to him too.
These guys throwing their own little zingers in there. He'd been waiting on that since the day of their arrest. He knew he was going to say that.
And he's just a nice guy.
Yeah.
He's just trying to help out his family.
We just wanted a meatball sandwich.
And he's got a pretty nice car. Here's the thing: what kind of drug do we think that is? Obviously, crack, right?
Meth.
And I was going to
go with meth.
He's
meth. Okay,
I figure it's just alcohol.
No.
He might be on testosterone or
He's
something
on
like that. But
He's on TRT.
And that's it. Just completely sober otherwise.
Yeah.
But he's got a pretty nice car, so I mean, you got to think in his daily. That's the thing. People can switch up. People have two sides to them. I mean, if you can afford that car, you're making pretty decent money. So it's like you go from meatball guy to finance guy or whatever the fuck scam he's running. You know
that
what I mean?
black guy that was doing the 4 a.m. wake up videos, the alpha male videos?
Yeah.
He kind of looked like the white version of that.
Who's gonna carry the boats?
So I imagine he's just hyped up, chasing cars all day.
Dude, he's a dog in the fucking road just chasing.
I have my number, by the way. I'm just saying.
Your number?
Mm-hmm. You told us to think of a number. I'm sitting on it. So.
Oh, yeah, but I said we're getting to that later. See, that was a teaser to keep people tuned in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm tuned into it.
I'm bricked up.
For anybody just tuning in, we have a magician in the house today. His biggest trick will be not do. We usually ask people don't do their material on the show anyway.
Yeah, and it's impossible. It'd be like doing a stand-up bit for 4 people. It's not good.
Right.
We do that all the time here.
Yeah, I never even thought about that. Doing comedy for like 3 people in the room is horrendously terrible. I guess doing magic would correlate about the same.
Yeah, about the same. Yeah.
That's fair.
You go to like Christmas and your mom's like, "Do a trick for us, Nathan." Like,
No, I've trained her to stop asking.
Yeah, no, that would be a nightmare. No, fair. All right, I'm a piece of shit. Sorry for asking.
I don't know. I've always wanted to learn magic too because like I would love to just whip that out for my. Well, that sounded weird. I'd love to just like pull out some magic tricks.
You got to be all Bush.
All Bush.
You gotta be, dude. There ain't.
This happened last week too. You think a lot about pubes.
I think it says a lot about who you are. You know what I mean?
I see.
I feel like if you got a lot going on, you keep it trimmed back. You want to show it off. Full bush usually. Sorry, buddy. You know what I mean?
Troy likes to show it off.
Are you doing the?
It's one of my favorite
It's
things.
8 a.m. Eastern, everybody.
Yep, sorry.
May 28th. Good morning. It was a little rainier this morning, but it's kind of cleared up, which is very nice. Now, some people might see on the screen an interrogation video, and I want to reassure everybody this is not Billy McNeely on the screen here.
Bro, that's the fucking.
But
I
will say they are both from West Virginia. And last week we watched a little bit of Radio WV, which I assume was West Virginia because there was a lot of Appalachians kind of singing their music there. Do you follow Radio WV? Pretty big. Some of their videos have 400 million views, so maybe you've run across them at all.
Yeah, that is pretty big.
But we were poking a little fun at some of those characters there, the weird version of country that they do there, and they talk about how sad everything is. But I think my opinion changed. I don't want to really ridicule these people anymore. Billy McNeely, by the way, might be the smartest person in West Virginia, is what I'm finding, and I feel more sympathy for these people now. But I watch a lot of that Jim Can't Swim content, and he also has a channel called The Villains.
Definitely the best.
He also does the voiceovers
true
for
crime stuff, right?
Audit the Audits and this scuba diving tragedy channel, so his voice is everywhere. But I just wanted everybody to take a little listen to this and enlighten everybody kind of the circumstances in West Virginia.
Nothing like that. Okay, well, I suppose my incidents, have you had any drugs or alcohol in the last 24 hours?
First, Marshall has a low level of education. And secondly, he struggles to spell his own name and recall his own address. It can be easy to make fun of people in this situation, but unfortunately, literacy, poverty, and low educational opportunities are still a problem in parts of Appalachia
That's
today.
where the Whitakers are from.
Raleigh County, where Marshall grew up.
Raleigh County. Now, I have no confirmation of this, but I assume we're in the same region here of Radio WV and Billy McNeely when we're on the subject of Riley County.
Shout out Billy McNeely.
Has a poverty rate twice as high as the national average, and 41.8% of West Virginians read below an 8th grade level. The closure of coal mines, which once supported the majority of towns in West Virginia, left essentially the whole state unemployed, and many people in poor health from work-related injuries.
Worse than an
As a result,
8th grade
Marshall's
level?
unfortunate.
It's bad there.
So it's pretty sad over there.
Yeah,
apparently.
it's not a good time in West Virginia at all.
If you're a documentarian, it is.
Yeah, you're making a lot of money off these
Holy
creatures
shit.
that live there.
Do you know how easy it would be to roll in and just start a cult?
Bro!
Especially
Start
for
a
you.
casino.
They think you were the Messiah.
My God, you're Jesus to them.
Have you ever worked West Virginia?
No, I don't think I ever want to either.
They
after
like
learning
smart
that.
comedy there, if you believe it.
You could do the thing where you could do the thing where you turn the water into Mountain Dew, and you would. You would
Wow. Do we have any West
It would fall
Virginians in the
flat.
audience?
Maybe that what's water.
I don't think I've ever met anybody from West Virginia.
I've only seen the Whitakers.
Yeah,
the
they don't
Hills
leave.
Have Eyes family that
Oh, I
live
see.
there. Yeah, there's been a lot of documentaries done about this family who live up in the mountains who are like completely inbred, like
Yeah.
4th, 5th generation
Wow.
inbred.
The one dude
breeding.
like barks
Good for
instead of
them.
talks.
No, it's a good life. It's not.
They drink a
great
lot of
life,
Dr.
actually.
Pepper.
It's not a great life.
Is
That's how you
Dubuque in
found
West
out about
Virginia?
it, wasn't it?
Huh?
Is Dubuque in West Virginia? Parts of this town I've seen. I've seen some shit.
Dude.
Where the West begins.
I'm excited for this guy.
So
I missed him from last
we
week.
had I wanted to introduce Nathan here to Billy McNeely, of course, but we can view him from a different light now that we know the plight going on in West Virginia.
Yeah, we're big fans, Billy.
We caught him wearing a West Virginia hoodie last week, and that kind of narrowed it down. I think he's in Haywood. Somebody's in Haywood. I don't know where Haywood is, what state that is, but one of these guys is from Haywood.
Haywood. That's how he says it.
Like Billy McNeely. That's brutal. I have been working on my Billy McNeely impression, but I wouldn't dare do it on the show.
Oh my God, he just does it in the mirror at
Can you
home.
imagine
Billy McNeely.
No,
That
of
sounds
course
offensive,
not.
and then
Not
you're
at
going to
all.
hear Billy McNeely talking. You're
I'll
like,
do it.
oh, okay. Well,
you won't even be able to tell the part. I mean, the thing is, he has so many catchphrases and things. He says the same thing. I'm gonna say, all right, let me see if I can do it before hearing him here.
Kind of like that clip of you earlier. You fucking this, fucking that.
Billy's the man. So's that Riggs
Let's hear
guy.
it.
Hello, and welcome to my new YouTube video. Something like that.
Hello and welcome to my new YouTube
It's
video.
not, he doesn't sound slow. He just looks a little off.
He sounds like he draws it out.
If you met him at a store, you'd say, "Oh, he could do anything in this store."
If I met him at a store, I'd ask him for a picture and an autograph.
He's so at attention right now.
Bruh, he knows what he's doing.
He's a soldier.
Anybody that tucks in a t-shirt into jeans looks off.
Bruh.
I mean,
he's got a
all
Hank Hill body.
He goes through all that effort, doesn't put his pockets away.
That's how the kids are wearing them, David.
Pulls them out. He lets everybody know I'm unarmed.
He's living in 2015.
Brother.
This guy.
Oh, that's so funny.
He watched
Back to the Future too.
Okay.
Strap in, folks. He was so quiet last week. It was very frustrating, and he's not too much better, but he's a little better this week.
He's talking about me.
He's listening to my criticisms.
The bow.
Oh my God.
Welcome to my new acting video. God bless America.
Your impression was pretty damn good.
Who has to stop people who are protesting the anthem, show people that we should always respect those who fought and died to make this country what she is today.
So, if anybody didn't catch that, in this week, he's going to be pushing back on people protesting the anthem for Memorial Day. It's a little, apparently he doesn't understand the First Amendment.
Billy McNeely v. Kaepernick.
Stand at attention.
Yeah, you gotta have one fist kind of.
And here's the thing: another shocking development is I didn't realize Billy McNeely was a Republican. I mean, I could kind of. I mean, maybe you could have put the puzzle together on that one, being West Virginia and all.
Right.
But I mean,
Well, we just uncovered that.
And I think that's why he's wearing the red T-shirt too, to kind of like establish, like, hey, this is the side of the fence.
You think so?
I think so.
His PR person told him to wear that.
He doesn't know much else other than Republicans are red.
Probably couldn't afford the one with the screen printing on it.
Yeah.
Donald Trump is my father.
The MAGA apparel is a little too expensive.
He's got that knockoff Chinese shit.
It's a thin shirt. He's washed that a lot.
That's actually soaked with the blood of his enemies. This guy has like 90
It used to be beige.
Yeah. Every episode, this guy saves another girl from. I swear he's like Mario and Bowser stealing his girlfriend. And shit.
This week, he's saving my favorite girl, America.
Oh, fuck yeah. Attaboy, Billy.
Tom.
Oh, that's his name. It took him a while to figure out his name this week, but it's going to be Tom.
Tom's a bad guy?
He does acting videos.
Oh, his name is not Tom.
But they have a theme. No, his name's Billy McNeely, of course.
Okay.
Of course.
So this is him watching the game.
Slow brick high. Nice one. OEG in the chat.
He says all these protests.
It's based on nonsense.
His acting reel is him watching television.
No, he's like
watching the football game where they're protesting, and this is him acting out.
He got you.
The narrative thoughts that he has.
You didn't even know. There's not even a television there. He's acting.
Huh.
He's acting.
Yeah, keep it big.
Not disrespect them. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be in this free country.
This is like liberal uncle at the fucking Thanksgiving.
Protests. I think I'll go check this out myself.
So he's going to go down to the protest and get to the bottom of this.
Real man in the street shit.
Everybody in town is protesting.
I didn't even see his boots before.
Bro.
The boots, they're tucked in too.
That's his ass kicking boots.
This is wrong. We shouldn't be doing this. It ain't freedom of speech nonsense. You know, in some countries,
It's actually the definition of freedom of speech.
the Middle East, or Russia or China, they could put you in a firing squad and kill you for that.
That's right, Billy. Let's be more like those countries. I agree.
We need to respect those who fought and died, or we wouldn't be in a free country.
And Billy couldn't make this video right now.
Hey, Billy.
I gotta do something about this.
Hell yeah.
Taking action, Billy.
Looks like a Ninja Turtle minus the shell.
If he wasn't so
No.
Oh, that's very funny.
He just got the shell on the front. He's got a front shell.
If he wasn't so patriotic, I might think he was from Russia.
Dude.
Yeah.
He looks like his mom drank a bunch of Russian vodka when he was pregnant.
His head looks dented also. which is a very Russian trait, I think.
Right. Well, they don't have those forming helmets over there.
Oh, I've been seeing those.
They're big. They're big these days.
I won't
Do you
do
see
it.
that? Do you have any children, Nathan?
I have one daughter. She's
Did you put a helmet on her growing up to make sure her sphere was circular?
No, didn't have to.
They
Didn't
cost
have
like
to.
thousands of dollars, I've heard.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that interesting?
I just kept rotating her when she was napping.
That's good. That's what you're supposed to do. Like a dough.
Like, yeah.
No, I put her on one of those hot dogs.
Right.
Yeah. I forgot to unplug the heat element, though. She looks like a kind of a mummy. Looked like a mummy dick there for a while.
He forgot to put the "These Are Ready" tag in front. So real crisp.
Still cooking.
Find out who's the leader of this protest.
He's going to confront the leader of the protest, everybody.
The leader.
The leader.
The final boss at the protest.
The biggest black guy at the protest.
Yeah.
Bowser.
Ooh.
He's pointing him out.
Is he one of the elite protesters?
Is he one of the elite protesters, he asks.
Flag? I gotta check this out.
He drops boss loot.
He's sneaking.
Oh, he's creeping.
Being sneaky.
That's a pretty good creeping.
That was.
I'll remind everybody, this video was called my
prep package.
YouTube video. Memorial Day YouTube video, something
around
like
the
that.
corner.
A thank you for Memorial Day.
It's actually Billy McNeely's prep package of shooting up the White House.
Right.
This is his manifesto.
Yeah.
So right now he's ducked away in an alley, I presume, while protesters run by, and he says that was close.
He says, "Stop talking mean about Uncle Donnie."
Real quick, Ouija coming in with the fire again.
If Billy wasn't so quiet, I could push Mission Impossible music behind it, but he's so quiet on all these videos.
Who?
Billy.
Well,
he's
his
not
mom's in
using
the
a
other
mic.
room.
What did Ouija say? Anybody in the chat? What's going on? Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Ouija said Slowbrook High.
Yeah, he said like
For Billy McNeely.
Another deep cut that I don't understand.
And then we got, can we swap the magician for the traffic guy? I haven't seen any magic.
That's very funny.
What's that guy's name?
I miss Matt too.
HM.
HM.
Hiding behind a fucking bullshit name.
egg.
Well, HM, you think of a number from 1 to 100. We'll get to that in a little bit.
Hold your breath. I'll be there in a minute.
Do you have a coin or anything?
Are you asking for change?
I have a coin. Here.
Bro.
If I gave you a quarter, could you do a trick?
If I give you a quarter, will you put it up your butt?
That's gotta be the most demeaning one of them all. If I gave you a quarter,
would you do a trick?
Nobody ever offers me anything to do a joke. I wish I got quarters to do a joke.
Look at that quarter. Look at the year on it, but don't say anything. Put it alone in one pocket, and we'll get to that later.
I don't have a
see
chest
what you're
pocket
doing.
today. I'll give you a clue.
It's called
on
magic.
the back of the quarter. There's
No
a
clues.
black guy.
Oh shit!
Oh, so it's a newer quarter.
What? There's a black guy on the quarter now?
That was just
On
a
that one.
reflection. And I assume you're black.
Billy McNeely, everybody.
I don't see color.
He's from West Virginia. They know a lot about that over there.
Black guys?
Racial discrimination.
Oh. Way to bring it back around,
I think his
David.
name's Frederick Douglass. Is that right?
Toss it over. I've never seen that.
That's what year was the George Floyd thing?
I once around that same time in September when we interrupted that Louis J. Gomez show and got that longer interview outdoors. There, you missed that. I remember.
Yeah,
That
it's
was
his favorite thing to
a fun
remember
time.
about it.
But I had around that same time I had mailed something to him. It was returned, unfortunately. It didn't make it, but I did send him a mailer and included with a David Collins shirt. I included a quarter with Frederick Douglass. I thought he'd think it was funny that I sent him a quarter.
He didn't get the joke. He sent it back.
He didn't get the letter.
Oh.
It did not work out.
Dude, those interns over there suck. How's
Anyway.
Louis
I was
getting
waiting
your
for you to
hand?
fucking blow on that thing and it disappear. That's like.
I'm gonna read your mind. I think it's a 2017.
I didn't look at it.
Oh damn!
For those counting at home, that was, I think, the George Floyd year. So that makes a lot of sense.
So Billy McNeely finds the lead protester and he says, "I'm not going to be able to do this alone." He goes back and he says, "For my plan here, I'm going to need to get some support. I better go home and make a YouTube video and see how many people support me, and then we'll get together and who wants to help me with that." So in this YouTube video, his plan is to go and make a YouTube video to get support. So right now he's going to YouTube. He's making his video.
Hi, this is Tom. This is about these protests at the football games and stuff. You know, people, this ain't the time and place. I want to enjoy my games without politics in it.
Also, this video is very quiet. In the background, you can hear what I presume is his parents enjoying a football game.
Yeah, for real. Hey, well, I mean, these opinions are obviously from his father.
Right.
And his father watching the football game. He literally just heard them talking about it, and he came in here to film the
They
video.
said, it's Memorial Day, and we're having to deal with this nonsense. He says, I better do something.
I got you, Dad.
Isn't this great how he says, I'm going to pretend to make a YouTube video. Doesn't look at the camera. He gives us a profile view of what it looks like
It's
making a
because
video.
he's in it. He's like really doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The camera's not there. He's just
In his imagination, though, this is a better shot.
You can't break the fourth wall. You can't break the fourth wall.
not especially not Billy.
Dude, actually, Billy's very
Unless you're
intelligent.
Subway.
This is a character he plays.
Nah.
Billy breaks the fourth wall every time someone says, oh no, too many times.
Need to go back
Oh no! Oh no!
to just go to the
Oh
game.
yeah!
Good morning. Where are you from? Where are you, what, who, what's?
Good morning.
Oh, it's David Collins, 3.5 Hour Show's #1 fan.
Yeah, how'd you know?
You're the only chick that listens to the show.
That's true. Andrea,
Oh, that can't
DJ
possibly be
Electra.
true.
We have a good mix.
Oh yeah, I guess David's mom listens.
And you can't
or your
really
mom
tell,
listens.
a
She
lot of
always
these
complains that I say the F word too much.
Which we now have confirmed.
Oh, that was my mom that said
It
that.
has been confirmed.
Your
Sorry
mom
about
watches?
She used to.
There's
I say so.
Is it because Matt Ferry left? That fucking sexy son of a bitch.
people like Matt Ferry.
No, it's because she doesn't like hearing the F word.
No.
She thought it was a little excessive,
Wow.
so she took a break.
Awesome.
She's okay with the content.
I know, isn't it tough?
I think that her dad got jealous that her mom was so stoked that I was on there all the time. She's like, all right, you got to stop watching that for a little bit.
Maybe.
And that's why they got a divorce. Thanks,
No,
Troy.
I'm sorry, dude. I really apologize. #1 fan.
I don't apologize. Sorry.
And now her mom has a poster of you over her bed.
Well, you know.
Yeah.
Just especially the beard part. I mean, that's what she's into.
It's just the beard.
Dude, #1 fan's mom is a very nice lady, and I appreciate her and all her beauty.
Good for her.
Aw, thanks. She has a poster of, Rig Dog above her.
Hey, she is the biggest rig dog in the pound.
May I ask you what gets you up this early in the morning? Why are you up so early on a weekly basis?
100% drive time, David Collins.
Hell yeah.
Oh, there we go.
That is the only reason I am
A lot of
awake.
great answers this morning. We have fans in the West Coast that wake up at 4:30 for the show.
Wow, incredible.
Right, 2 of them. That's a solid number.
Yeah, one's from South Carolina.
That's 2 people offering their time.
And it's
early in the
one. No,
morning.
it's really one person on 2 accounts. He is in the chat, most likely.
Both of them.
I do have to go to work in about 15 minutes, though.
Oh, are you enjoying your morning coffee?
I don't know. I don't have any coffee.
Oh, that's
Today.
too bad.
Do you
Nathan, you should bring David Collins 30-minute hour
Yeah,
show's
come
#1
over.
fan.
I got a
some
whole
coffee.
thermos of iced coffee.
So much.
It's iced. You put it in the thermos and it's iced.
I ice it. Yeah.
That's your magic trick.
Yeah. I can drink more of it quickly. Quicker.
Well, that's too bad.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for calling in, David Collins, 30-minute hour show's #1 fan. Do you know anything about West Virginia? Do you have a #1 fan? We had a competition about a year ago of a #1 fan competition.
Mm-hmm.
It was now David Collins, 30-minute hour show's #1 fan versus Troy Rigdon.
Yeah.
And he lost.
They cheated. It's a thing. They colluded. It's
not okay.
I don't believe it.
There was no cheating whatsoever in that game.
Right. That's
That
exactly what a
competition.
cheater would say, but I've moved past it. I'm on to bigger and better things. I'm actually the #1 fan of a bigger, better morning show radio DJ.
I've never even heard of a better morning TV show.
Okay, listen, Troy, if you moved past it, you wouldn't still be accusing May of cheating.
You're probably right. I'm being very transparent. I'm still sad.
Can you please stop hitting on the #1 fan?
I'm trying to hit on her mom vicariously through her.
Very domestic argument happening here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to be trying to be nice about it, trying to use less F words.
What do you think? Are you into our boy Troy? What's going on?
Yeah, what's going on?
All right, I'll get off.
Oh, she hung up.
What a great call in. What do you think about Billy McNeely?
Oh, thank you.
I'm excited for this Billy McNeely resolution here. Nobody's going to believe how this ends.
I'm stoked.
But he skipped ahead a little bit. Now he's making a YouTube video and he's going to gather support.
Oh, God. I can't wait. Have a great day, everyone.
No,
Thank
you
you,
don't
David
leave. You
Collins,
stay
30-minute
right
hour
here.
show's #1 fan. What did you think about that, Nathan?
I'm sorry, what?
It's a live show. People call in. They're welcome
I
to
like
join
that.
the
Let's
show.
take one of the calls from West Virginia. I'm curious to talk.
They don't have phones.
I would love to.
Pick up the can on a string.
Yeah, there you go. They send pigeons.
They still use Discord, where other people are on Discordless.
There
you go.
I gotta go.
Can't you see David just saying bazinga after that?
You know, they took that from me.
They took that from me.
He's making his YouTube video. If you listen closely here, you can hear the football game.
Hope others will join me. 'Cause
Do you guys hear that?
these are based
I do hear it.
nonsense.
You really have to turn it up.
I gotta figure out a way to stop this.
All right, Billy.
We should
It took him a while. He's from West Virginia, so it does take him a little bit to figure out how to stop it, but eventually he comes up with a plan.
This thing's an hour long.
No, it's my prep package.
Marty, we need to honor those who fought and died.
So now he's talking with Tom and Michael and whoever, Jeff, I think.
We should always
I think it's the archangels in his head.
we're doing now.
I love how he framed this shot. This is so dramatic.
No, he does everything in one
You're
take.
disrespecting those who
He's a heck of a producer. You should see his yoga
make
videos.
America what she is. You should turn America
It's exactly what you picture.
He's got skinny legs.
to a country.
Very pale. I know
SpongeBob.
Yeah.
We are one nation under God. Remember that.
Oh, so now he's back at the protest. I'm sorry, we skipped a little further ahead. He's back at the protest. He took a microphone.
Oh,
and he's
yeah, it's right
speaking
there.
at the protest.
So now I understand him going to film the YouTube video a little bit more. He had to drum up some like fan attention to get him to come see him do it live in person. So now him making a YouTube video within a YouTube video
Right.
doesn't seem as
So it's an anti-protest protest with
at
his
the
own
prote-
supporters.
yeah, exactly.
At the protest.
He's now showed up at the protest with his own people.
The thing is, in his scenario here, the game comes to town. He doesn't actually live in a town where the game would ever come to, so he
There's
can't do this in real life.
no pro football team in West Virginia.
Right.
There's probably no alleys he was hiding in either.
Against your senseless protests, you need to stop what you're doing.
Senseless.
Because it's based on lies and nonsense.
Unbelievable.
You think it's a microphone he's talking into, or one of those
Thank you,
loudspeakers?
guys.
I think it's the megaphone. Yeah.
Yep.
Hear that? They're on my side. There's other people
He turns the crowd.
to join me in this.
You hear that? They're on my
This is
side.
wrong.
And that's what we need. Just someone
We need to
middle of the
stop
road
these
like
senseless
Billy
protests.
McNally.
Oh, he's pretty right. He leans right.
No, for sure.
Or it'll be forgotten. We should remember those who fought and died in the revolutionary.
So look at the
You
belt.
can hear the commentator in the background of a football game.
You see the belt loop or the belt holes right there? That belt is for a substantially larger man.
Oh, he's losing weight.
Either he's lost weight or
I have some bad news, by the way.
He's
We
buying
will
belts at
jump to the
Goodwill.
end of this video. So he always says, "Thank you for watching my video," and kind of ramps it up there.
the
And
holes go all the way around to the back.
so here we go.
Bow.
Yes.
That was my.
He planned ahead. There's room for expansion.
You know what?
What I was saying that nobody will believe is that he resolves this whole conflict with no violence.
What?
Often these
Whoa.
are fighting videos where he's doing a fighting demonstration, and this time he resolved it without having to hurt anybody.
Oh, I don't like
Very
it. I don't like
MLK-esque.
But he does always leave us with a nice tease for his upcoming videos for the next week. Take a little listen.
So he plans this shit out?
that. I think he wings it.
Check it out. You wouldn't
Thank you
believe.
for watching my new acting video, God Bless America.
Thanks, Billy.
To all people, the moral to this story is never disrespect those who fought and died no matter what. Always respect those who fought and died to make America what she is. Without them, America would not be who she is. We should always honor those no
Right.
matter what
No matter what.
happened and no matter what our political views are, what our opinions are.
If America,
Next Sunday on YouTube,
Oh.
I will be doing a very, very special self-defense martial art performance.
90s sitcom. Join us for a special episode of Boy Meets World.
Every day he does one of these, and he still teases them.
The guy and some heading home from the store, and some thugs try to attack me in different kinds of ways. They think they have me, but I surprise them with attacks of my own, and this will be on YouTube next Sunday.
but now they're gonna know what's coming.
I'll be doing
Billy McNally, you can't give away your secrets.
Oh, you think that was it?
He's got to put it behind a paywall.
Spoiler alert, Billy. Jesus.
martial art performance video for
This is Wednesday.
for Memorial Day to honor those who fought
Monday.
and died to make America what she is.
Has he done the...
Be sure to watch this tomorrow on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook tomorrow.
Can we watch them too?
And as for my
Only if
surgery,
you like
it's
and
been held
subscribe.
off till next Tuesday.
So that's what I wanted to get to here. I actually wasn't really keeping too closely on this. Apparently, he's having surgery soon.
Oh, that doesn't
And
surprise
as for
me.
my
He's
surgery, it's
getting
been hauled off till
implants.
next Tuesday, so
He's getting his belt.
Until next Tuesday.
So apparently, he's kind of getting a run around from the hospital. He got
I'll be able
postponed.
to do another performance.
All right,
I
Billy.
choose to do another yoga performance. And see how long I can hold my leg balance and hold each leg right here on my knee.
Right.
And this will be on YouTube. This will be my very, very special yoga bodybuilding performance video on YouTube this Tuesday. Be sure to watch that as well. And happy Memorial Day to all my family and friends. And God bless America. And thank you all for this thought who gave up everything to make America what she is today.
Billy McNeely, everybody.
Shout out to Billy
He
McNeely.
really
We love you, Billy.
He can't wrap this thing up.
And God be with America. And
He's
all
going to go for
children
61 minutes.
Is this your opener?
This is bad.
He does kind of seem like he would do magic on the side.
I'll show you some photos of these people I know. You're going to be like, that is Billy.
So is there a lot of like makeup and magicians? Like you must know a lot of magicians, then, right?
Yeah.
Is there a lot of people that have like crazy insane clown posse makeup or anything?
There's a few.
Oh, they do it?
Yeah. Well, it's the ones I know are more kabuki theater based.
Kabuki?
Really?
Yeah.
Like the people who you take a mask off and there's another mask underneath it?
Yeah, that kind of shit.
Wow.
Very cool.
HM says, any chance this magician can pull a joke out of Troy?
LOL.
HM, you think of a joke, and I'll pull it out of Troy a little bit later in this episode.
I'll swallow it,
Are we done
and then
with
he'll
that?
pull it out my ass.
You know, I like this Billy guy. I really do.
Billy's the man.
It's his acting real. What if I mean crazier shit has happened? What if like a producer at Netflix gets a hold of him and gives him some crazy
weird part?
like the host of some avant-garde sketch show or something?
I would love that.
That'd be wild.
Amy Schumer got a show.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
They're pretty similar.
Well, that was something to do with land down.
Be the most famous man from West Virginia.
She was a land baron.
A landman?
Land baron? Landman? Yeah, I've never seen it.
Is anybody curious what we're listening to?
Nope.
I was kind of picking up a vibe, and I did see Matt Ferry's face.
Matt Ferry's single, everybody. We occasionally like to play this. Matt Ferry is also a musical artist. He has a past, and this is one of his singles. He did I Say Hello. Whatever the song is.
He's not singing.
Yes,
no, this is a woman.
He's singing. No, that's Matt.
That would be
Matt was at the
incredible.
beginning. Did you not hear Matt at the beginning? Oh, whoa, I went really far back.
Yeah, we get to watch Billy again.
I do want to hear Matt.
Where am I? See, it's Matt Ferry, everybody.
It'd been way funnier if you just played a big part.
That's not him.
That's Matt Ferry.
That's no. It's
He used to play the steel drum in Jamaica.
Not a lot of people know that. Check out his Bandcamp. Anyway, that was a good way to break up the show there, I thought.
No,
about.
I
But we wanted to talk a little about Floodwater Comedy Festival today. You've never associated at all with Floodwater Comedy Festival.
No, I think you should start one in Dubuque called Mudwater Comedy Festival.
I don't think you're the first to say that.
Okay.
Oh,
Thought I had an original thought. Sorry. I'll just shut the fuck up.
They've done a couple of friend of the show. We've never actually interacted with the show, but I've ran into him before. Tony Lee, you know Tony Lee.
Who?
Tony Lee. You don't see him around anymore, but he tried years ago. He did a small festival in Dubuque. He describes it as a failure, but it was a good effort. And it's an interesting story where people came in and the venues didn't really work out, and then they were just walking around town with performers. Something like that.
So it's just a hangout. That sounds kind of fun, actually.
Yeah, it was a bit of a trick, maybe.
Just go bar.
Oh, into getting a bunch of people to spend $10 on a submission.
Oh, no, to get the performers to hang out.
Oh,
with.
okay. Well,
that
that's
might be
fair.
cool.
That might
I
be
think
fun.
Sam Talent participated in that, actually.
No, really?
Right, but he does a lot of things in the Eastern Iowa area here. He's very friendly with a lot of people. Have you ever met Sam Talent?
Sounds familiar.
He's a Denver comedian originally. He's had a bit of a bigger break the last couple of years.
Maybe that's why I've
featured on the Joe Rogan Experience.
Maybe that's where.
But for many years, he was very good friends with a lot of people in Iowa. Still is, but he came here often. Anyway, the comedy festivals, but Floodwater Comedy Festival has come and gone permanently, I suppose, after the last few years. We used to visit there, and now it's gone. But I wanted to introduce everybody to what's kind of replaced it, according to that. Now, Oh, we had a Pirate Stew's beautiful joke of the day. I segued early, everybody. This prep package has a problem with that because if I don't get it correctly, also my note card is missing, so that would have helped.
Dude.
A little tease of that Floodwater talk here. Do you know Pirate Stew?
Was this your note card?
Would have been nice.
Shit, dude.
Turns out Nathan's just a thief. Just klepto in every shit.
If you would have pulled out his note card, I would have lost my shit.
Would have been amazing. Nobody would have believed it, though. The audio listeners.
No,
right? Yeah.
Dude, we could have pulled it off for the audio listeners.
I've done that on morning radio before, where I've just planned shit ahead with the host just to mess with their listeners and just
save time
for a laugh for us. Yeah.
We're big fans of pranks around here, and sometimes the pranks where you don't get to see the payout are the best pranks ever, because then you're imagining what the payout is.
What's going on?
You're like, oh man, I got him so good. In reality, they just didn't think it was funny at all.
I was never a big prank guy. I'm not very bad at pranks. I wish I was a better prank guy.
We're definitely prank people, right, David?
Right.
David's DC's a big.
We've done a lot of pranks there. Troy and I try to go back and forth, but sometimes he takes it too far. He's a dangerous guy to get back and forth.
I can imagine. He does not have a line.
I'm winning. We'll say that.
You could say it based on what I just said. I guess that's one way to put it. So we do have Pirate Stew's beautiful joke of the day to join the uplifting morning, and the rain has kind of stopped. I guess it was just overnight. It was still raining this morning, but as soon as we pulled up here, it had stopped, which was good because I had things to bring in. Pirate Stew's beautiful joke of the day.
Yep.
Now, I'm going to ask everybody that we sit through this one, and I understand it's the longest beautiful joke of the day that we've ever heard, and I'm just asking everybody to please help me. What does he mean? What is going on here? Pirate Stew's beautiful joke of the day.
Last month, me and the wife took a vacation to Spain. We stayed in Barcelona, and we went to Madrid. We went walking around the market all day and went out dancing that evening. And as we were coming back, we got a taxi, and we were coming back, and I started feeling kind of bad. I was getting kind of cold and sweaty. My left arm was hurting a little bit, and I was kind of concerned that maybe I was having a heart attack or something, but I just chalked it up to being out walking.
I don't mean to interrupt the flow of the joke here. I just want everybody strap in. It is 2 minutes long.
Okay.
Hey,
everybody sit through this. I don't mean to interrupt.
Stuff. At any rate, as we got back to the hotel, started walking back, right as we got in the hotel lobby, I knew for sure I was having a heart attack. I turned cold, clammy, and thought I was going to die. I fell down, and wife started screaming, and I just knew I wasn't going to make it, because the nearest hospital was 30-40 minutes away.
Okay.
At any rate, as I'm laying there thinking now I've seen the last of my days, and start to pass out, this young lady comes running out from behind the guest desk with some defibrillators
at a hotel.
And I pass out, and she puts the defibrillators on and activates them, and brings me back, and I'm sitting there, and I'm actually starting to feel pretty good. And about that time, the paramedics arrive, and they check me out, and they say I'm fine, I'm going to live, I'm doing all right. And I looked at the young lady, and I said, I thought for sure I was going to die. I never expected a hotel, in this the size of this hotel, to have a full-time doctor on staff. And she looks at me and says, yeah, nobody ever expects the Spanish in physician.
What does that mean?
Wow, what a setup for all that.
Dude, they're
it
always
rhymes
this.
with Spanish Inquisition.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I thought you could spell Spanish in physician.
You know what? Maybe it's all of those things. Maybe it's the best joke we've ever heard.
I'm going to be real. So I know exactly what's going on, and I picked up on it.
By the way, Pirate Stew,
I'll be really real with you.
I picked up on it immediately. So a little backstory into this guy. DC has called this guy out for joke thievery.
Well, no, he called himself, but I followed him for many years. I followed him for many months, and then he comments and he says, "I don't even write my own jokes."
This guy isn't a stand-up, is it?
Well, no, I think he's just a guy. I can't imagine he's making it out of the house too often. But you know, he writes that. I think this is a result of him kind of stewing on, man, I don't write my own stuff. And he tried to write his own.
He's stewing.
Maybe. That's an interesting theory.
He had to write his own joke, and that's why it's so wordy. Because where is he finding that on the internet?
What?
You think that joke was from the internet?
Ouija says it's an old Monty Python joke.
Oh, okay.
Wow. All that.
Yeah.
Ouija is always coming in.
Dude, Ouija's on point today.
Sometimes he makes things up. You got to be careful.
You know what,
He's
though?
very clever.
I like to take facts that I hear and I don't check, and I take them as facts, and I just regurgitate them to my friends.
It's an exciting way to live.
It's
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
He had a newer one, though. He does bring it back. I just want a little palate cleanser, give a...
He was talking shit about me the
wasn't
other
so
day.
bad.
I'm not a fan.
The normal cadence.
Did you know that 9 out of 10 zoo dentists refuse to work on grizzly bears unless they've been given a strong anesthesia? And you know why? Well, because there's safety in numb bears.
That one's okay.
Numb bears, everybody.
That's actually better than that was better.
I'm actually not bad at that. I'm over here talking shit, then he hits me with a numb bears.
Well, here's the thing. You ever heard how bad they can get.
Oh,
So that is actually quite...
That's usually the level of Pirates 2 that we're hoping for.
That's
At least it was brief.
Isn't it an uplifting video?
They're always brief, so that's
Wasn't
why
that good, but it didn't take long.
An important part of a morning radio show is to give people going to work a joke to tell at work. So we include a joke from Pirates Stew whenever we can.
Around the water cooler.
And it's our uplifting video to welcome the uplifting sunrise.
Yeah.
I think that one's gonna irritate the boys at around the water cooler. Whoever shows up with that
Numb
joke.
bears?
The numb bear. No.
That's going to kill in any office that's filled
the
with
Spain
women.
one.
The Spain one, they'll say, "Oh, finish this on our next break."
Yeah.
It's a long one. So Creative Exchange has their own Instagram. This is the comedy festival or mixed festival that is Iowa City based and supposedly replacing Floodwater. Now, we didn't really go there, and I wanted to introduce Nathan a little bit to some of the things that we've done in the past and show some of last year's Floodwater clips. Wouldn't that be nice?
That will be nice.
You're not too familiar with some of the things that I've done.
I'm not very familiar at all, no.
So that'll be perfect. But we wanted to take a look at Creative Exchange.
Hey.
So what is this comedy festival happening over there?
1 second. Old school Dave's in the chat here talking shit about
Dick,
it.
it's
not being
pre-recorded.
live. Pre-recorded my ass.
Yeah, suck a dick, dude.
We
This
come
is-
live for your entertainment every Wednesday morning, all right?
This is live. This is raw. This is real, dude. Every bit you're getting right now.
Last week we talked a little about Karen Sanchez.
Yep.
And we couldn't find her special, but I did have this clip that I pulled here, so we'll take a quick look at this. This is from Karen's special.
Oh, God,
You
this
found
bitch.
this.
It's the last scene of her special.
You
This
know
is
what?
the ending.
I can tell she's funny. Look at how she's standing.
She slams her knee. She slams her knee on the stool and just keeps this shot. I couldn't believe they could reshoot this. There's no audience in the show. Then she limps off.
It's not like it's built into the stage floor. It
And
would
then
have
the
tipped over
intro-
if she was hitting it that hard.
And she's a hefty woman, too. There's no way she didn't plow that thing.
I wouldn't.
The stool moved an inch and a half.
And since the divorce,
I'm
she
not
looks
saying
really
I
good.
wouldn't. I never said I wouldn't.
She looks great.
Yeah.
Karen Sanchez.
She has lost weight.
And it's not even her last name anymore.
No.
Dude,
But she's a comedian.
Oh, man.
She's not the least funny, and she.
She's not the least bit funny?
No, she's not the least funny. There are many unfunny people in the world. She does fine on stage.
I understand what you're saying.
People
now.
like her too. You can't even. You heard the audience.
I mean,
It's not my type of audience. I understand that, but say what we will. I'm just saying. I think Karen's kind of on our side when it comes to a lot of these things. I've heard she's having a little feud with the Creative Exchange Festival.
Oh, I like that. I'm glad they are.
I'm not really sure what's going on. I have a little inside information, but not too much here. But we're going to take a little look at some of the content that's coming out of Creative Exchange Comedy Festival.
Old school Dave said he just saw David stocking shelves. He said this is a pre-recorded taping.
Oh, that's very funny. I don't stock that many shelves.
He gets other people to stock from. He's the boss.
It's true. I'm a
around
big
there.
delegate.
And that's the magic trick I've been promising.
my
This is
job.
pre-recorded, but we knew you were going to call us out. So we.
And the number is 27.
A pre-recorded number call is much more impressive.
Yeah, that would be good.
You pull it out of an envelope, of a real video envelope.
I'm thinking.
Creative Exchange, everybody.
The fuck?
I know. He's like, white. I like they've gotten
Here's
invisible
what I'm not too stoked on though. The description says he's dropping some like deep lyrics, and I'm not one to hate on someone's art, but brother, those are like that's like
He uses-
day one starting the craft.
He
type
uses
of lyrics.
every
General word.
every like cliche. He says, girl, I want you bad, and line later he's talking about big money bags.
Getting bags. I mean, it's like, listen.
What about this is personal?
I'm cool with people starting off on their journey, and that's just where they're at, but let's not hype it up and say some deep lyrics. Ben Woodfield's not performing at an open mic, and I'm talking about this is some deep, great comedy that I'm watching. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not lying about it.
And we wouldn't really pick on this guy, but there's 2 examples of what's happening at this festival that's in the past now, and one of them is this guy. So this is what they wanted to display.
Wait, this is the festival's page?
You should have been. Yes, this is.
Oh my God.
Creative Exchange Festival. So this is one of their clips here, and then this other one was this Iron 8K lookalike, Travis Coltrane from Iowa City, that we had mentioned last week. It just restarts. I don't know how I feel about videos. If I like the restarting, or if they just go to the next one. I think I like the restarting more, but it just bugged me a little bit.
Because if they're shorts, then...
So we have Travis Coltrane here doing some crowd work, and this wanted to be displayed for Creative Exchange Festival.
They're literally playing pool during the show.
It looks like he's from Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. He's from the Norse tribe.
I'm not the type of dude that will have a f***ing test. He saw me and he was like, dude, you don't even test your own drugs. You're not testing this.
Yeah, I'm usually under the opinion that bleeping things make them funnier, but I might take it back in this one.
How much it cost? $4.50? God, $4.50 is crazy.
He's killing.
I also love the exchange. I love it. I got this last year with the...
So those were the 2 examples of clips on this festival that we missed out on. If you look around, though, I'm glad we didn't go. I might have run into a little trouble. But anyway, we did go to Floodwater for a few years in a row, which is a lot of fun. And we would do things like this.
That looked awful. That was awful. That was
bad. So there's just this guy walking around. We're shooting our intro, and there's this man walking around in the background that we're kind of keeping an eye on.
Was he going to jump if we weren't here? We just saved a life.
Little Floodwater. There were sirens around.
Is that what those
day.
cops are going after? Is that what those cops are going after? We're going to get a chase
behind the camera. We have Matt Ferry and Delicious.
Introduction here. Let's get it started then.
What a combo.
Hey there. I'm David Collins, and I'm here at Floodwater Comedy Festival in Iowa City. For the festival. Are we having any issues back there? Boy, what an exciting time. A lot of regional comedians here. Also, a lot of comedians from Chicago. And even some more national comedians.
You see, so we introduce it there, and we'll create things out of it, usually Instagram Reels or, a narrative episode that just shows the entire
at Floodwater. And hopefully even talk to some audience members to see how much they've enjoyed the show. Unfortunately, as you can see behind me, they've recently knocked down a bridge that's pivotal to the street that a lot of these people are performing comedy on. So we have noticed the crowds might not be too large, but we're going to go ahead and check it out and see if we can get some interviews. Uh-oh. Looks like we got a trespasser back here.
Oh, that's a man on a mission, too.
How you doing?
He doesn't respond.
Oh, that's uncomfortable.
Oh, you know, a shortcut. See, this is what we call a local. Going. Are we still rolling? Don't stop.
This is some of the unedited clips, by the way, if you haven't noticed.
Yeah,
usually we put music or we add something. These are the unedited clips that I just pulled to show Nathan. And talk about Floodwater. Wasn't it great? Remembering Floodwater.
That was the best clip from Floodwater that
Let's
is
see
out there.
if this gentleman is on his way to Floodwater Comedy Festival. Sir, are you on your way to the Comedy Festival? Hello? Are you on your way to the Comedy Festival?
Hi.
Hello. Are you on your way to the Comedy Festival?
No, I'm not. I'm sorry.
Oh, no problem. Well, I hope you have a great day. You're dressed very nice.
Oh, thank you.
Where are you headed?
About 10,000 kilometers away. Anyway, have a nice
10,000 kilometers. Boy, that's going to be a long walk. You guys really got to watch that camera.
Yeah, when we wrap up the intro. If you wanted to hear how difficult it is to work with me on here, if you keep it going.
Camera and see where it's facing. We have two people, and it's never looking at me.
You want to see me barking at the crew here? You can catch it.
It's unedited clips.
Careful.
David's kind of a Nazi when it comes to his production crew.
I can imagine.
Kyle David.
Here's a good scene from Floodwater last year.
He's just a perfectionist. That's
yeah.
Right.
Hey there,
man about
I'm
his
David
craft.
Collins, host of David Collins' 30-minute half-hour show. And we're here outside the Englehurt Theater at Floodwater Comedy Festival here, reporting on the comedians. Matt Ferry, our cameraman here, though, just pointed out to me something interesting. We've been watching this car, and it's possible that this man is actually living in the vehicle. So we thought we'd get a little quick moment here and just catch and see how interesting is that. Somebody living in Iowa City, moving their vehicle to different places around town so that they could spend the night here. And what a great night to do it here, right outside the Comedy Festival.
Well, we get a little look at this homeless guy here. He's not homeless. He's got a nice home built on the back of his pickup truck.
Interesting.
Well, he loses a little audio for some reason. I did have
now, and it's just taking
my
a little
microphone dies
stroll.
for about 10 seconds on this scene. It's a little strange.
Longer walks, but I can understand.
Right there.
It's fucking production crew, dude.
But anyway, there's a whole operation. So we go there and we report on the festival. People liked this homeless guy.
That was such a funny clip, him walking
When his car
out.
pulled up, I said, "Oh, I wonder what that's about. Maybe he's a
Should have
comedian."
gone up and
It
knocked
doesn't
and tried to
appear
get a
so.
live
But
interview
we're going to
with
be
him.
keeping an eye on here and keep you updated as events unfold.
Like that dude could be a multi-millionaire, and he just prefers to travel around the country
Yeah, he's
and
like
see
an
different
eccentric
towns.
or whatever.
Yeah.
I also want to point out, when I'm working on my prep package here, YouTube continues to suggest The Ringer.
Bro,
I
great
don't know if that
movie.
was related.
Great movie.
Good movie. Yep.
They could never make that 2021.
No way, dude.
Can we interview you really quick?
Oh, so
Oh my God,
we
this
did
is
have
beautiful.
Delicious with us. This was about
Oh
before
shit! I
we
thought
went
that
to
was Chris
Boston.
Angel.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very good.
Dude, are those pants or are those what are those capris?
I think they're just long compression.
I think they're just long
Delicious
johns.
shops at Claire's. I mean, it is undeniable.
Well, you should.
Well, he was with us, and I decided to hand him the mic and say, "Why don't you do an interview?"
Bro.
And he picked out these two young ladies.
I
One
can't
of them
wait.
clearly the mother of the other, and I don't think he understood that he was speaking with a minor.
Yeah, you here for the Floodwater Comedy Show? Are you guys a fan of comedy?
Yeah.
Who's your favorite comic?
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart. Is that what you said, Kevin Hart? All right. Well, did you know that there was a festival going on right now for comedy right here? Actually, in this place right here, there'll be some comedy going on as well. So, yeah, we got Lori Kilmartin headlining the show, which you guys
You know
might
Lori
be too
Kilmartin.
young to know who that
do
is.
not.
Do you know who that is?
I don't know.
No.
Okay, cool. Heck yeah.
Yeah,
We're
they
actually
don't
interviewing
know
on the
who Lori
David Collins
Kilmartin is,
30-minute half-hour
obviously.
show right now. And that's David. Yeah, right, but right over there. That's David Collins over there himself.
What an interview.
Could you say hi, David Collins?
Hi, David Collins. Hi, David Collins.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, I
David
forgot.
Collins
You know, when I posted this, otherwise, when I showed this interview before, I would blur the young woman's face. So I forgot I used to do that. I apologize to anybody, but she might be. I mean, she's probably 17 at this point. Maybe I've lucked out here. We're past that threshold.
She might even hit 18 by this point. We're
That's what
later
I'm
in the
hoping.
summer.
Nathan, do you see the speculation between these two? Well, you know, maybe she's actually 18 now. Maybe.
Well, I'm just trying to help DC what so he doesn't have to blur out the
Right,
blur
well,
out
it's
the
too
lady.
late.
Yeah,
I hate to, and I don't think
It is
Delicious
a
really,
live
and I
show.
didn't really realize it at the time. Really realize it? That's a little difficult to get out.
Aren't you supposed to have them sign a release anyway?
No,
If
they're
you're
on the
doing
public
an-
street. You can
Dude,
film
but-
anybody.
but if
I
you're
can
doing
even
an
film
interview-
inside the windows. First Amendment.
Yup, I've seen those videos.
That's why he loves
David Collins 30-minute half-hour show. Any streaming service you get. So Prime, if you
HBO?
got Prime or YouTube.
Prime.
Or, what else do you stream on, David?
Everywhere you find shows.
Everywhere you find shows. That's such a simple answer. What are you lovely ladies doing tonight?
Lovely.
If you ain't doing comedy, what are you doing?
We're going to go to Lake McBride in Solon.
All right. Well, thanks
To what?
for stopping and doing. I'm Delicious. That's David Collins. We got Matt Ferry over there. Bunch of comics. They think they're funny.
I'd
They
be
are.
so annoyed
We
if
got
I
it.
was
Well, thanks for
having
stopping and
Delicious
talking to
interviews.
him. Yeah, maybe we'll
He's
see.
the perfect person to just
Dude.
send out there.
I love this. These chicks are just like, who the fuck is this?
What did we just walk up on in Iowa City?
I'm telling you, they stopped because they thought it was Chris Angel too.
Bro, is that magic? Black chicks love magic.
Is that when he started with the beanie? He kind of brought that into the whole ethosphere of magic.
Did he?
Well, I think he's like a known beanie guy. He does the long hair with the beanie.
Have people ever called you the Tim Pool of magic?
Bro.
And here's another thing about the First Amendment.
I don't even know. I'm not familiar enough to Tim Pool to do a funny magic collaboration joke.
Tim
with
Pool. I know, I was
Tim
thinking
Pool
of one,
doing-
too. I know, I
Does he
was
have a
trying
catchphrase
to.
or anything that you can say? Does he have anything?
skateboards in West Virginia with Billy McNeely.
There we go.
He skateboards by and he's like, "Is this your car?"
Does he live in West Virginia?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And it's a big thing. He's bitching about the taxes and shit.
Is he stealing all the money in West
He stole
Virginia?
the cult idea.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
He's got a
Dude,
complex.
that's who radicalized Billy McNeely. That's what's going
that's
on.
probably true.
We're putting it all
There
together.
ain't no way he doesn't listen to Tim Pool.
Are you kidding me?
Oh my
Billy
god.
McNeely has his ear.
Or at least his dad does.
Well,
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
His dad's on the smart TV and with YouTube.
Or Prime.
It's Tim Pool interviewing like 6 OnlyFans girls.
Right.
Billy McNeely follows all 7 of them.
So this is generally how the Floodwire kind of goes. Though we're on the street here, we're just doing street interviews, trying to find someone to. This is not the best attempt, and we play games. You know, I don't. Do you watch any of David Collins' 30-minute half-hour show?
I have not yet. No.
So
I mean, I just met you a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, you had a couple weeks to catch up.
No,
just lie.
I've been doing interviews on the street.
Well, as you know, we do play games on that show, including games like Sign the Joke or Finish the Punchline, which we try to bring to festivals and on the street.
Tickle
And
the
people
Daisy.
know
It's fun.
they win a T-shirt if they get it right, and we bring T-shirts and merch to hand out.
The Engleharts, hoping that any of these people that might be leaving the show early or showing up late might be willing to play a game of Sign the Joke. We prepared some rounds of Sign the Joke to play this evening. We're really hoping that we can run into somebody that wants to
hands
win
look
a
so
nice
full.
David Collins 30-minute half-hour shirt.
I know, we need to
Sir,
get you a clip
are you a
on
fan of
Pat.
stand-up comedy?
Here we go.
Would
Or-
you
or
like
a
to
pocket.
win one of these nice shirts? I have a 2XL that I could give you if you...
Can't wear white, but I appreciate the fact that anyway.
Well, I have mediums, I have larges. I picture you as an extra large. All right. Well, we're here reporting on
I can't wear
Floodwater
white,
Comedy
my
Festival.
swastika
You know, you
show
look like
through.
you're on a work break. Am I right? I'd like you to take in that break. I'm gonna.
He's on a work break.
I guess you could just be a spectator here. As I stop bothering, I like a good cigarette too. You know, it takes your time away from the day.
It's true.
And if someone came up to me and
Smoked so many
said, "Hey,
cigarettes
I'd
this
like
day."
to interrupt your cigarette," I would say, "No, thank you." Even if it was for a shirt. You know, a lot of people, they're nice shirts. I would like to.
And then we
Sir,
got
are you a
this
fan
man
of stand-up
walking up
comedy?
from behind.
He said, "Sir, you can't be out here."
Are you here for the festival? There's a comedy festival this evening and the last couple of days.
Is there?
There is. It's Floodwater Comedy Festival.
Okay.
Oh, you have no idea.
Are you aware of that?
No, I'm not.
That's the blackest looking
Would you
white
like
guy
to
I've
play a
ever
game?
seen.
Oh my God, what's this game?
It's called Sign the Joke. Sign the joke.
The
So
lightest
I
skinned
read
black
out
guy.
a joke, and you have to tell me what comedian wrote that joke.
He does look like Adam 22, doesn't he?
Game, but I can tell you something.
He looks like my buddy Phil from Colorado.
Well, I'd love to hear it. What do you have to say?
Oh, what is?
What do I have to say?
He said, "I don't know any jokes, but I have something dirty I can say."
Well, I'd love to
Oh,
hear
no.
it. What do you have to say?
What do I have to say?
Give me your wallet.
Fuck. Do you really want to know?
Oh, I'd love to hear it.
Oh man.
Oh, man.
He has nothing to say.
Does he not
You know,
realize
usually
there's a
it's
camera there?
becoming a more edgy show as we go. So
Edgy show?
I'm not too against it, but we may have to censor something.
What's the difference between a Jew and Santa Claus?
Uh-oh.
Santa Claus comes down the chimney.
And he walks on.
Right.
Oh, I get it.
That's very good. Thank you.
I like the setup where he's like, "Oh, buddy, you ain't ready for this shit. Come on, you picked the
Your Sign
wrong
the Joke is
guy
one of
to
the
tell
most
you a
popular
street
games.
joke, right?
You'd think many people would want to be playing it here.
And here
You'd
you
think
can
they would
spot some of our crew. We have Zach Metzler's there, Hope Sears, of course, Matt Ferry, and behind Hope
Heard about
Sears,
it. They
you can
say,
see
"Oh, I
this
saw-"
guy, Brad Klein. He's a member of the deaf community. He can't hear, but his parents are deaf, and he talks a lot about it in his stand-up comedy. And the next interview we can look at here, we can just look briefly, because he actually asked us never to show what he said in that interview, because I compare being somebody who does sign language on stage to somebody who juggles or a prop comedian, that it sets you apart in that way. And he completely agrees with it. And then after the interview, he was talking to my cameraman. He was talking to me. He was like, "Can you make sure that doesn't get played? They're going to be the deaf people really go after you."
How would they know?
Yeah, he wasn't doing sign language then.
Yeah, he was talking.
I told him I won't put subtitles, and he still wouldn't. He said, "Don't play it."
But do we have it today?
We have it today if you want to take a little
I
listen
would
to.
love to hear it.
Just it's been over a year, Brad. Get over it.
I would love to see. I would love to see the B-roll of like him behind the camera being like, "Hey, man, you can't."
Yeah, that. But even part of the reason that he's spending time with us here is because even when he met up with us a couple hours later and saw us still at it, he said, "Hey, can you just double check and make sure that doesn't ever get played?" He was really very concerned about some of these deaf people coming after him. And
I did see his set. He
I
is
saw
very
Chris
funny.
Scopo playing Sign the Joke. I want to sign the joke. Sir, are you there for the comedy this evening? I see. Are you aware there's a festival?
So what are you, deaf?
There is.
Nobody's aware of this comedy festival. You kind of see why it didn't continue, I suppose, but you could have just done with better advertising. And the problem was this downed bridge. It took on all the traffic.
Bolton no more bridge.
So this is that Brad Klein gentleman that didn't want us. We can see.
Very funny.
Very Jewish.
So
nice to meet you. My hands are a little full. I shake your hand. You know, last year we had to shake a lot of people's hands. I had a different setup here. We ended up not getting any audio, so
That's true.
we have a better setup this time. But now I can't shake anybody's hands. I was really proud last. Oh, it's very smart. Are you part of the improv show?
I'm not. Stand-up comedy.
Oh, well, you could have fooled me there.
I'm deaf. I'm quick on my feet.
Where are you from?
From Chicago.
What was your name again?
Brad Klein.
Brad Klein. I'm infamously terrible with names, so just bear with me.
They do my comedy in sign language.
Really?
Yes. So both my parents are deaf, so I'm what's called a
I don't
coda
like yes
child
in sign language, or you raise your fist like I'm about to get hit.
of deaf adults, and I like telling jokes about growing up with deaf parents.
That's interesting. On the show, we've done a lot of talking
telling
about
jokes about growing up with dead parents.
Right. Well, you write what you know.
Yeah.
What kind of parents do you have?
If it makes you feel more comfortable, I have felon parents.
Hey,
okay.
I have great parents.
I just have emotionally abusive parents.
There we go.
that's
Okay,
nice.
there we go.
I have a wonderful mother.
His dad.
Never knew you did.
Oh no, just when you're around the same time my mother got cancer, they got divorced.
Oh, that's perfect.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I would have
He was
done
in a
too.
plane accident a couple of years ago.
On purpose?
Burns all over his body.
No.
On behalf of blind people, but we've never really talked or gotten any interest in the deaf. That's interesting. Is that more common or less common than blind?
I have no idea. But
I thought that was a good question.
Well, I guess in your life it's more common.
Yeah,
we're 100% more common. I'm very involved in the deaf community.
Are you the only comedian that does sign language as they do comedy?
Def Jam comedy.
No, there's a few of us.
We're leading up to it here. We're almost there for the tough question. I guess tough question for him. I thought it was just a regular conversation. Did somebody call you?
What? No, Ouija's in the chat. He says Def Jam comedy. Dude, this guy's slaying.
Very good.
There's historically a bunch of us that, some people my parents' age, some people, in between generations. There's a few people younger than me, but yeah, there's not many of us.
So is he
but
just gesticulating? Or is
That's
he,
fascinating. It's almost like prop comics or
He's signing.
See, I think half of interpreters are all faking it anyway, and they're just putting a little flair on it.
Okay.
Well, I think when he's in a casual conversation like this, he goes in and out of it. Parts of it he'll sign, parts of it he won't sign. Because you can kind of tell some of it is like lower, but when he goes to sign, that's when he's...
It's like an accent that slips in sometimes.
There you go. It is. Yeah, if you sign down here, it's like an accent.
Did you play Sign the Joke with him?
It's a pickup line. Just right in front of your jump.
That's very good. Troy asked if I played Sign the Joke.
That would have been
There we go.
Shaka
So here comes the question. This is just I don't even think it's that interesting, but it only was more interesting because for the next few hours he kept going up to my crew and I and saying, could you please make sure that you don't air this?
But there's some...
That's fascinating. It's almost like prop comedy.
There's not many of us, but there's some...
That's fascinating. It's almost like prop comics or people who juggle while they do comedy. There's very few, and it kind of sets you apart.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, for me, it's more about...
I would say so, in his eyes, buried it.
Yeah.
He would never... He said, I can't believe I said that. I should have pushed back.
Possibility. My parents like to come to my shows, and oftentimes the smaller bar shows or open mics wouldn't have interpreters.
He moves on at all. It's not even another thing, but in his mind, he really stuck it for the next few hours. He was saying...
And I feel like he gave a fair answer, like a fair
100%.
response to that. Like it wasn't... I don't know why the deaf community would be upset with
Well,
that.
I think he was supposed to admonish me for comparing being deaf
And if you notice, he didn't sign that part. I mean, can we go back? Can we see if he signs when he's explaining that part?
Oh, that's a good point.
It's almost like prop comics or people who juggle while they do comedy. There's very few, and it kind of sets you apart.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, for me, it's more about accessibility.
He gives a shrug. He gives a disapproving shrug.
He took away your voice.
It's ironic.
The
That's
deaf,
what I'm saying.
they are a sensitive
Anyway,
group.
Brad Klein. Look, I made him so happy. Everybody, look at the smile on Brad Klein's face after talking with David Collins on the street. Isn't that nice?
That's sign language for happy.
This is what we walk away with.
That's
when we go
that's
to
what
it,
I
guess.
looked like standing beside my priest after my confirmation.
Oh,
like just
about
so
comedy. Well, thanks
uncomfortable
so much,
with
Brad.
a big smile.
We have a fellow Catholic here.
Yeah.
No,
hashtag
well,
me too.
not anymore.
Well, I mean, it
I was
never-
raised that way, but
It
I'm,
never leaves us.
I'm
Let's
better. I'm better now.
Dude, I have a baptism.
We got a pope now, man. We're way back. We're so back right now.
Yeah, I
All right, I missed this one.
Guys, look, it's Zach Hoyle.
I missed this.
He's not wearing a shirt.
played Division III football for a year.
That's why you're an extra large.
Double XL.
Yeah, a nice shirt.
And I'm
Hey,
gonna
two XLs.
hit. You can see me hitting. This is probably not recording anymore.
He shows up at my house
you
with a
can
fucking
hit me
ladies'
seeing
medium.
the Forest Air over by Willow Creek Theater later tonight before my set. We're gonna ollie the Forest Air, so check it out, dude.
It's so retarded. I forgot.
Was that Tim Butterly?
I don't know who Tim Butterly is.
You don't know who Tim Butterly is? Is it because it's your alter ego?
Well, yeah, and I try to avoid anyone who's like me because I don't believe in it.
You don't believe in yourself?
No, I don't believe in other people thinking they can be like me.
Oh, I totally
so
get
I stay
that
away
feeling.
from them, dude.
Anyway, a little floodwater talk.
It was a
today.
flood- it was-
So we missed that, of course, this year. That's too bad. Maybe we'll find something else next year. I'm going on a cruise in September. We're going to do some street interviews on the cruise.
It's
Going
not
to
really a
Mexico.
street interview if it's on a cruise.
It's like a deck interview.
Yeah.
Right. Mexico.
The poop deck interviews.
I don't know deck in Mexican, but Spanish.
Deco.
What do they speak there?
Mexican.
Yeah, but what do they call it?
Spanican.
Well, it's Gulf of America now, so they might be speaking English.
That's a good question. I just don't understand why Spanish. You could say, oh, they speak Spanish. There's like 18 different Spanishes. Can't they have different names for these? They're
Right,
Like,
that's
oh,
a good
I don't
point.
speak that Spanish.
I don't like how it's gendered language, so I don't use that shit.
Well, the same is true for English, even within the United States. Like somebody from West Virginia, I've got no idea what the hell that dude was saying.
Right.
No, that's a good point.
And then you get up to northern Minnesota, and it's even worse, but in a different kind of way.
That's true.
I fucking hate everybody, is what I'm saying.
I don't know, Midwesterners, we're known for not having an accent.
Well, True.
Yeah.
In like the Iowa area.
When I moved to Colorado, it took me like 4 or 5 months. Everyone kept saying, "What's your accent?" And I'm like, "Dude, I don't have a fucking accent.
No,
Y'all have
dude.
accents."
Politicians, I learned this in high school, so it might be wrong, but politicians actually study the Midwestern accent
I've heard
because
that
it's
too,
the
yeah.
most relatable one.
Yeah, we're bumpkins.
Fred Arneson has a great bit on his drumming comedy special where he points at a map and he does an accent for about 50 different accents for each state. It's very good. Fred Arneson, everybody.
Does he do Amish?
You know that guy.
It sounds fun.
I like
I've
Fred
never seen
Arneson
that
and Bobby Moynihan are my two favorite comedians.
He was he on SNL?
Portlandia?
Right.
Yeah, no, he's
that
very
it?
funny.
Portlandia?
Well, that's Fred. Bobby Moynihan was Drunk Uncle. It's my biggest comedy inspiration.
How do you like his role in Eurotrip?
Never seen it.
Ooh, he's a pervert on a Europe.
Oh my god, I forgot
It's
about
so
that.
good.
We've reached the end of our show today. If we still wanted to, I was gonna. I mean, not if we still wanted to. We still had time. We were kind of running out of time today. Maybe if you two leave, Troy and I will do another hour here. What do you say?
You know what? I'm always down to clown Charlie Brown.
I think I have something else to do, but we'll see. We're going to play, of course, the next part. We're into episode 4 of David Collins' 30-minute half-hour show. At the end of every episode of Drive Time, I play 10 to 15 minutes of either David Collins' 30-minute half-hour reality show or David Collins' 30-minute half-hour show. And right now we're on episode 4 with
Give him a
Austin
little
Ingalls.
teaser, huh?
And you can really see in this episode, I really come into, this is starting to sound a little more like the show people are used to when it comes to David Collins' 30-minute half-hour show. Starting to get in a groove once it comes to episode 4 with Austin Ingalls there. So I'm excited to play some of that. And I had a little Amish comic, but maybe we'll get into that. I just wanted to point out, he does do live streams here, this Amish comic.
Nice. Dude, this guy.
That's hilarious.
It's like, just fucking babble. Just fucking babble with no fucking plan. So fuck it. That's what we're going to do.
Is that me in 20 years?
So he does do live streams.
Just gotta look like you a little bit.
I'll just say fuck
That's
it.
you in about 70.
Yeah. About 30 minutes.
I believe he's doing one about every week, but he's just started posting his stand-up again. 3 weeks ago is his most recent video. Before that, it was 2 years ago. So we're starting to see maybe he's back up doing stand-up Amish comic. Have you ever worked with Amish comic?
No.
He might be a good opener for you.
It might be, yeah. It'd be
Get in
unique.
contact
They
there.
can stand out like a prop actor or a deaf dude.
But we'll look at some of his things. The stand-up clip I pulled, I thought was great. It sounds like a 2004 abortion bit. I couldn't believe that he's doing this in 2022 or whenever it was filmed. So maybe we were going to poke a little fun at Amish comic. And also, he's a bad Amish person.
That's a good abortion
He's the
joke.
most liberal Amish person I've ever seen.
I can't only imagine the setup he has to justify him recording himself, like one of those like prank engines to run the internet.
Right.
Hamster on a fucking wheel.
Yeah.
Well, I'm guessing he's an ex-Amish, but just stuck with the style because it's simple and easy.
Right.
Or he's a poser and he never was Amish. And he's
shut your face.
And it's all a character.
That's stolen valor.
You
right
shut your face.
Bro.
And I don't know how the Amish feel about cats either.
Brother.
I'm just glad to see him live streaming with his wife.
Some pussy?
He's married to a cat, everybody.
What a
Boy,
G.
is my phone blowing up over here.
You know, it's actually me. I'm calling you.
What's
It's a
going
prank.
on? Well, good morning, everybody. I hope everybody has a great Wednesday and enjoy their morning coffee. It's going to be a great day, and we're going to wrap up with the first part of David Collins' 30-minute half-hour show.
This guy just
Ouija would like to know what was the number.
Oh, I'm fucking know.
Oh, pick a number.
Joke landed.
You know, there's so many.
Would have been cool if I would have guessed it, though, right?
Well,
Mine was 87.
there's so many people out
I
there.
tried to throw you off with a 27 earlier, but
Oh, it's 100? That's tough.
out of 100 stuff.
He did that the first show I went to at the Eagles Club. You're like, I'm gonna do a magic trick, but I need someone I don't know. And I shouted out my name. He goes, pick a number.
Yeah, you can't see up there with the lights.
Right.
Then he goes, it's not. You can't choose 69. I'm like,
Is that the most common? What are the most common numbers when you say pick a number? What do people most common say?
I've actually got the statistics somewhere on my computer, but I don't remember right now, so it's not.
If it's 1 through 10, I feel like 7.
It's not. Yeah, 7.
Seven's a big one.
7 or 3 are generally.
Yeah.
But
69.
for 1 through 100, it's not common enough to utilize in a sneaky way on stage or anything like
it's
that.
called magic, David.
Yeah.
We used to play a game called What Are the Odds, where you and a friend would decide on a number of odds. So we would say 10. And then on the count of 3, we would guess a number between 1 and 10. And if you guessed the same number, the person had to do the thing. So you could make the odds whatever. So if it was something crazy, you could do like 1 to 200.
Had to do what thing?
Oh, well, a lot of weird college freshman boys.
What was the craziest thing?
I'm not gay, but I experimented.
I don't know. I mean,
give us something.
There was this is a very kid one, very dumb one, but it was at Wartburg College in the cafeteria area. There's a section that they call Hogwarts, where all the dorky kids would sit, and someone had to go, and it was like 1 to 100, and 2 people guessed the same number, which is crazy. I mean, if you're both doing 100, you would think it's good. Then you have a whole team of football players bully you into it, so he had to go cast spells all around Hogwarts. That part of the thing, very trivial, a little bit radio friendly. You know what I mean?
One time I spilled a drink at a hoo-ha and had to do a naked lap around a movie theater.
That's because you spilled the drink.
It was a party foul.
Oh. Yeah, I like how strict you stick to the rules.
Well, around the outside or around through the theater?
Okay.
It was outside.
You like run through Lilo and Stitch.
No, it's just a standalone building that made a lot of sense rather than the hoo-ha with
I'm
people.
intrigued with your odds game story.
It's a
That
fun.
could be a whole fucking.
It's a fun game. You should try it.
I'm not.
You and the boys.
Hey boys, what are we doing here?
Hey,
should we play the fucking odds game?
Hey, rip 3 bong hits in a row. You won't. All right, what are the odds? 1 to 20. 17. Fuck.
I have 9 messages and none of them are from Robert Wallace.
What? Are they all delicious?
He tried
Oh
to
my
add me as a
God.
friend on Facebook yesterday.
He
or
is the
something.
most friends.
I clicked accept. He's like, you cannot because he's got over 5,000. Well, how the hell did you even send that?
No, he gets everybody.
He's reached the maximum friends.
Sweet prank, David. We love you. Or Robert. Sorry.
Right. Robert Wallace, you should check him out in the 3rd episode of David Collins' 30-minute half-hour reality show. We have a short interview, and I asked him about how he's friends with every comedian that you can think of on Facebook. He has 3 Facebook accounts, and if you think of Steve North, the comedy coach, the
Peter
guy who
North.
made VHSs,
I remember
he's
seeing
friends
his
with
ads.
Steve
Yeah.
North on Facebook.
Okay.
Everybody that you could think of that has a public Facebook, he's friends with. It's very interesting. You go and look at other comedians, and you'll see mutual friends. Robert Wallace. You say, what is going on here?
You click on his profile, it's pretty alluring.
It's
you
because
see
years
it, and
ago,
you're like, what's this guy got going on?
We're actually currently working on a documentary about Robert Wallace.
Oh, I like that.
We're in the
idea.
process of that. That's started fairly recently.
I think I've got the video of him at the open mic a few weeks ago if you want to use it.
Oh, that'd be wonderful.
Yeah. I mean, if he's okay with it.
He is. He's
He
involved
almost
in a
knocked the
documentary
TV
about
off the
himself.
wall because he just went to lean casually.
Was he hammered or just that's
No,
who
he don't even
is?
drink.
That's just him.
When we interviewed him on David Collins' 30-minute half-hour show, episode number 3, he says, I say, a lot of comedians, they'll have a beer or something before they go on stage. Do you have a routine before you go on stage? He says, oh, I don't drink. Well, before I came here, I did. I had a few shots of Fireball.
I I swear everything he says is like a sweet little joke.
to himself.
Yeah,
Right.
but I like to enjoy it. It is for himself solely. It has to be. Because, I mean, he's performing for no one but me.
Well, Robert Sidney Wallace talk here, and he has been featured many times with Drive Time David Collins. A lot of people like him. We had him in with Delicious. Boy, what chemistry those two had.
That's like
I'm going to have to look that one up.
Yeah,
That's great. That sounds fun.
I believe it was April 13th. I think that's right. April 15th, April 13th.
Are you kidding me? I have no clue.
Anyway, I have a good lexicon of all the episodes in my head. I've liked the show.
And I can't remember the gigs that I did last week.
Wow.
Yeah.
David's a leprechaun.
Well, anyway, thanks so much for joining the show today, Nathan Tricky Allen.
Mudwater Comedy Festival.
Are you going to produce it?
Yeah, okay, but here's what it is.
What is going on over there?
We don't book any venues or sell any tickets. We all just pitch in, get a party bus, and go around day drinking and hopping bar to bar.
Perform into the streets.
Yes.
Yeah. Out the windows.
I've got a battery-powered wireless sound system we can use.
Oh, dude,
it lasts like
do
5
that.
like
Like fucking just bum rush a bar and start telling jokes up there and see how long it takes to get kicked out. I feel like it would be a fun. David, you know that you're.
Oh, I'm sorry, I can't see.
You taking mild? I used to do that at the bar.
Bullshit,
and then,
it's not red on the end.
Oh, is that true? I got these at Dabin store. I thought they were for blind people.
Is that the blind store?
I think they're beating sticks, like for your dog or
They're
something.
too long.
It's for getting really good radio reception on the Dodge minivan.
That's good. And they have these hooks too.
So you could do the bunny ears. There's a second.
Maybe they're
For the audience
maybe
at
they're
home.
the first part of making a lightsaber.
David joined the fencing club.
Anyway, happy Wednesday, everybody. Happy May 28th. It's going to be a great day. The sun's coming out. Can't you tell?
Oh my gosh, it's beautiful.
And we're going to end the show with David Collins' 30-minute half-hour show, episode 4 with Austin Ingalls. Zach Hoyle was back. That was very nice. Thank you.
Love you guys.
Anybody have anything they want to say? Nathan Tricky Allen has a website. It's a very... I don't even care about it being yours, but you have an interesting website. The name of it.
FunnyMagicShow.com.
He owns FunnyMagicShow.com.
That's a good. That's
and
a good.
FunnyMagicShows.com.
The SEO on that's got to be
And
pretty
AdultsOnlyMagic.com.
So if people just search, they say, I'm looking for a funny magic show, your website might come up?
You would think. I don't know. I just bought the shit like last week, so we'll
No
see.
way.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Was it expensive or you got it?
It just like one of those off the radar swooped in and got it.
If anybody can send me a link to magicshow.com,
No.
30-minute half-hour at
FunnyMagicShow.
gmail.com.
Yeah, get it right.
What did I say?
I have a show at Ideal Theater tomorrow with Dan Alton, funny comedian Dan Alton,
yeah.
Todd
I've worked
Basinger,
with
fan
Dan.
of the show.
I've worked with
Cool.
them.
This will be
Todd
out by
Basinger. Huh?
This will be out by then.
Oh, okay. Well, if you're listening live and you want to come to the show, come check us out.
Right on. Check me out on Instagram, Igrig. Check it out, the T-Rigs C137 on Twitch, dude.
You had all your life to create an account that didn't have numbers in it.
Yeah, for real.
Dude, I changed it. T-Rigs C137. It's like
T-Rig
it's
69.
Yeah, it's an homage to Rick from Rick and Morty. Like he's Rick C137. He's the Rickest Rick of all the Ricks. So I'm the Riggest Rig of all the Rigs.
You're the biggest dork of all the dorks. Jesus.
So check it out. We're on Diablo season fucking 8, I think. Hardcore characters. It's fun time. But thanks for tuning in, guys.
Troy Rigdon, thank you. All right, drive safe, drive hard. That's what we say at the end of the episode.
Use your turn signals.
Drive safe, drive hard. Do you like that? What do you think about that?
And use your turn signals.
We're not Bob Barker over
Okay.
here. All right, I'm muting the mics, everybody.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
When does this start? I don't know how long I waited. There we go. Austin Ingalls. I really liked this episode too. It's a good one. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of David Collins' 30-minute half-hour show. I'm your host, David Collins, and I want to welcome all the new listeners we seem to have. My editor let me know that YouTube especially has seen a lot of engagement this week, so I appreciate that. Keep leaving your comments and keep sending in emails because those go directly to me and I get to read them. And boy, are we getting some of those too. Especially when it came to last week we announced we're going to be taking in applications for some co-hosts, producers, maybe some more people behind the scenes. So we're looking at those. We've received some. Interviews are going to be starting towards the end of this week, and we're even going to be looking at some auditions soon towards the end of the month. So keep an eye out open for that. One of the potential applicants here has already emailed me a voicemail as his submission, actually. He's a local stand-up comedian in the area and wants to try getting into broadcasting, so we're going to start the show with his submission. I just have to warn you, this guy's a bit of a cantankerous fella.
Hi, David. longtime listener, first time caller, Brody from Iowa. Just wanted to submit a little clip. I think I got a lot to say. I think it'd be a great addition as a co-host to your radio show. I'm just really excited about this. So I kept track this week of the things that were pissing me off. So here's a list of the things that have been pissing me off. Things that pissed me off this week. When I back out of the driveway, there's a daycare kitty corner to my house, and the cars don't watch for me backing out, even if I was there first. So those parents at the daycare who don't know how to drive are pissing me off. Fitted sheets that don't fit and come off in the middle of the night, so I'm laying on a raw mattress sweating. That pisses me off. When there's too much grease on my Casey's pizza and I spill some on my shirt when I'm driving down the road, that pisses me off. When I pause my TV to FaceTime my girlfriend and my soundbar goes to sleep, so when I hang up the FaceTime, I have to get off the couch because I lost the remote, that pisses me off. I don't like getting off the couch.
Oh, I warned you he was a bit of a cantankerous fella. Well, Brody, I like you. We're going to be looking into an interview this week and maybe even an audition. But everybody who's listening, go ahead and send an email with your thoughts, because at the end of the day, it's the audience opinions that's really going to matter here. Remember, send in your applications. Any voicemails we might also play on the show. We're going to get into the show now. We got a great show ready for you. Long anticipated. First, of course, color of the day. Color of the day today, I know some of you are going to be happy to hear. It's actually a birthstone, emerald green. Color of the day, emerald green. One more thing before we get into the show. Today's sponsor is a little unique. He's a YouTuber and a photographer. His name is James Bebop. I met him in 2021 in Manhattan, Kansas. He was doing some drone footage. And it's some great footage. You should check it out on his YouTube channel. And he was nice enough to sponsor today's episode and try to get some extra eyes on that channel and his website. You can find him at James Bebop on YouTube or his website, jglowacki.com. It's tough to pronounce. I think it's jglowacki. Not exactly sure. James Bebop is a photographer and YouTuber who travels the world to taking drone footage and pictures to share with his fans. He wanted to get some more eyes on his stuff, so was nice enough to sponsor today's episode. Remember to check out James' YouTube channel and website. Sponsors like these are how we at David Collins' 30-minute half-hour show are able to keep the show commercial-free, so make sure that you support him. Today's show, our guest, long anticipated. I know many of you are excited. I've been getting a few emails, and we're going to be talking about those later with him. Austin Ingalls. Welcome to the show, Austin.
Thanks for having me, Dave. David. What do you prefer, David or David?
David. I've always gone by David.
Okay, David. Sure.
Some people go by David Collins altogether. Right. It really is.
Some people, or just you?
Well, I think a lot of the fans, they refer to me as David Collins since we're not really on a first-name basis.
Right, okay. Sure.
Austin Ingalls. Austin Ingalls is a stand-up comedian located in the Quad Cities area between Iowa and Illinois. He's one of the most active local comedians around, headlining at clubs such as Comedy Bar in Dubuque, Colony Inn in Bishop Hill, the Village Theater, Davenport, the Patio in Galesburg, Wild Rose Casino in Clinton, and the Greenhouse in Iowa City. He's also appeared on shows such as Slice of Life, Ben's Fellas, Local 4 WHBF, Shot 30 Podcast, and Ned's Declassified Podcast Survival Guide. Please welcome today's long-anticipated guest, Austin Ingalls.
Thanks for that intro, buddy. I appreciate the research. It was very nice of you.
Of course. Well, it's great that we have, I think you've probably headlined more shows than any of our guests so far. You really seem to, and you're definitely the most active in the area.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Austin, before the show, he was making me laugh. He was telling me something about motorcycles and sidecars. What were you saying about that?
Oh, I prefer the motorcycle to have a sidecar because when I crash into you, I take out two of you dummies.
Boy, this is the type of comedy that you get with this guy. I really like Austin a lot. Since we haven't had a lot of opportunity to speak before today, I've been really having a good time before we got the show started here. How would you describe your style of comedy, Austin?
Dark one-liners, edgy one-liners. I'm trying to get a little more storytelling in, but you know, that's hard.
Hey, great. That sounds like our time for our first game today. Our first game is a pretty fun game. It's going to be comedy related, so I hope you're ready. I hope you got the wheels turning.
Yep.
Today's game is called Finish the Punchline. Okay. We're going to be going over some comedians' jokes. We're going to stop right before the punchline, and you're going to have to finish that punchline and try to get in the ballpark of what those comedians were thinking.
I like that.
Are you ready to play Finish the Punchline?
Let's do it, David.
Great.
Our first line and joke on Finish the Punchline. This joke, give you a little clue, Stephen Wright. I was cesarean born. Can't really tell. Although, whenever I leave a house, I blank.
I eat a pizza. That's not a joke. That's not a punchline. I don't know.
I was cesarean born. Can't really tell. Although whenever I leave a house, I blank. Oh, fuck. Anybody listening, go ahead and email your response. DC 30-minute half hour at gmail.com. What was your answer?
Eating pizza.
Let's go ahead and hear what that answer was.
I was cesarean born. Can't really tell. Although, whenever I leave a house, I go out through the window.
Oh. Whenever I leave a house, I go through the window. That's pretty clever.
That is clever.
It's pretty clever. He's known for being clever. Not much of a dark joke writer, that Stephen Wright character. That's all right. Let's go ahead and go to the second question.
Narrator Pulp Fiction, Stephen Wright.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That's a fun little fact for you listening at home. Any more fun facts about Stephen Wright, go ahead and send them into DC 30-minute half hour at gmail.com. Definitely interested in hearing those. The second punchline today, little clue, Mark Norman. You know, I've met Mark Norman.
I saw him live.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I opened for him. It was the first time I ever did comedy. It was at Stanford and Sons Comedy Club. I already told this story before, so I don't really want to get into it. He actually taught me how to ollie. Mark Norman.
Shit.
That Alexa is tricky. I read an article recently that says Alexa listens to everything you say, stores it in a database, and can use it against you later. What does Mark Norman say next? That Alexa's tricky. Read in an article recently that says Alexa can listen to everything you say, stores it in a database, and can use it against you later.
Can Alexa watch me fuck? I don't know, dude. I don't know. This is hard. This is tricky. Getting in the head of another writer.
Oh, what was that punchline? I wonder, you know, he's talking about Alexa. What does Alexa sound like? I think we're going to be looking down that direction.
That Alexa's tricky. I read an article recently. It said Alexa actually listens to everything you say, stores it in a database, could use it against you later. I was like, damn, just like a real woman.
Sounds like a real woman.
Just like a real woman, he says. That's what it is. That's a pretty funny joke that he's got there. I bet he's got a few tags on that one, huh? All right, let's go ahead and check out the third punchline today. This one's a little longer, but it's going to have to make you think. So go ahead and get in the mind of Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh, God.
Just flew from Europe. This place is unbelievable. If you've been to Disneyland, you've got to see what they set up over there. Every country has its own phony money. Everybody pretends. I was in Switzerland. This is the place. 500 years without a war. That's pretty impressive. Also pretty lucky for the Swiss Army. Why might it be lucky for the Swiss Army?
Oh my God, dude, I have no idea. Please tell me the answer on this one.
No, you're right, Jokes. You know, you're thinking about the Swiss Army. What would you might think?
Swiss Army knife? That's the first thing that comes to mind, but where's the punchline in that?
Good job, Austin. You know, Jerry Seinfeld, most successful of all these comedians so far. You might be on the right track here. Let's go ahead and take a listen.
I flew from Europe. This place is unbelievable. If you've been to Disneyland, you've got to see what they've set up over there. Every country has its own little phony money. Everybody pretends. It's really a lot of fun.
Oh, man, they're eating them up.
I was in Switzerland. You heard of this place? This is the place. 500 years without a war. That's pretty impressive. Also, pretty lucky for the Swiss Army. Did you ever see that little Swiss Army knife? It's not much of a weapon. What do they got there? Corkscrews, bottle openers? Come on. They've had...
Wow.
A little light of a punchline, I'd say, but, you know, the crowd liked it up until that last point.
The most successful comic of all time.
A Swiss Army knife, though. That's interesting. Do you think the Army actually uses those?
I wouldn't think so, no. That's a no for me, David.
That was Finish the Punchline. Thanks so much for playing that game. I thought that would be a good game for you. You write so many jokes. You know, not a lot of people know. Austin, I might have mentioned this already. It's so exciting. Austin writes so many jokes. I don't think I've ever seen him say the same joke twice.
Thank you. Thank you.
We received some emails here. We're going to go ahead and talk a little bit about some of those emails that we have. Just wanted to mention this. It was very sweet, and I appreciate it. And, he kind of mentioned that time is of the essence, so I didn't want to let this email go by. It wrote, and if you want to send any or have any voicemails written on read on the show, any emails read on the show, or any voicemails played on the show, email them to dc30minutehalfhour@gmail.com. This person writes, Dear David Collins, I hope this email finds you well. I've been a loyal listener of your show for some time now, and I have to say, you kids really know how to make an old man laugh. In a world that seems to be getting grimmer and grimmer by the day, it's refreshing to hear some good old-fashioned humor and wit. I'm getting up there in years, and I don't know how much longer I'll be around to listen to your show, but I wanted to take a moment and let you know how much I've enjoyed your humor and camaraderie. You make me feel like I'm a part of a community, even though I'm just a solitary old man living in a small town. Sincerely, Rico Melendez. Well, thank you, Rico. I hope you made it to this episode, and I really appreciated that email. It was very sweet to hear. Brought a tear to my eye.
Kind words, Rico.
Now, Austin, you described yourself as a bit of a dark joke writer, would you say?
Yeah, sure.
Would you say some audience members maybe disagree with your style of comedy sometimes?
I'm not for everybody, and that's okay. I've accepted that.
And it seems to be working for you. We've gone over your credits here, but one person did write me, and I've talked a lot about having you on the show coming up. We've teased it a lot, and this person took notice, and I'm hoping that you continue to be a listener here. I don't like to repeat people's email, and she didn't decide to give me her name. Maybe she wanted to stay anonymous, but she writes, Dear David Collins, if you have Austin Ingalls on your show, please forward my complaint to him. I was very disappointed and frustrated at a recent performance by Austin Ingalls at the Lucky Cat in Cedar Rapids. No, we didn't mention that. Have you ever headlined the Lucky Cat?
No. Yeah.
Great. Well, it should be the next step for you there.
Yeah.
They saw you there, and maybe after this email, I hope they didn't send it to the venue too. That wouldn't be good.
No.
Lucky Cat in Cedar Rapids. I must say that I found his jokes to be tasteless, offensive, and completely inappropriate. As a member of the audience, I felt uncomfortable and even violated by some of his remarks, which were clearly aimed at ridiculing certain groups of people based on their ethnicity, gender, or sexual orientation. I believe that comedy can be a powerful tool to bring people together, and this was not it. Do you have a response for this woman?
Yeah, don't come to a comedy club.
Those are harsh words. Well, I wanted to bring that to your attention there because I'm not sure, I do have a reputation of making sure that nobody's kind of getting away with anything. We make sure we confront the guests, and we had to get that, air it out a little bit.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I'm glad I heard that.
So how did you get started in comedy, and what inspired you to pursue this path?
I had a friend that was
because what happened to me is I was working in radio when I was in college, and we had a good interview once, and that's what got me to start comedy. How about you? And even before the radio, I was only in that because I was sad at the time. My dad had just left the family. My mom was going to be diagnosed with cancer in a few years, and radio probably saved my life. Do you feel the same way about comedy?
Sure, yeah. Minus all the cancer stuff, yeah.
How did you start in comedy?
I was on a friend's. Sorry, I was on a friend's podcast, and he inspired me to do it.
You were on a podcast?
I was on a podcast.
What were you plugging before you were doing comedy?
The Movies I Like podcast with JD Spets.
Interesting. Shout out JD Spats' podcast. So I asked this to everybody, and I think it's a podcast. So I asked this to everybody, and
all right. Have a great Wednesday, everybody. Troy, do you have anything you want to say?
Have a great Wednesday, guys.
It's going to be a great day.
Great day.
I didn't have anything else for the show today. I apologize. It was a fine show. I hope everybody has a great one. Our magician here, I thought might bring a trick. I didn't kind of expected him to, but I guess I should have asked.
He brought a treat.
Did he?
Well, yeah, iced coffee.
No, he brought it for himself. I offered him coffee. He said, I brought my own. I wouldn't have wanted any iced stuff anyway.
No, I'm a hot
Who
coffee
drinks
guy.
that?
Magicians.
I guess. Anyway, drive safe, drive hard, everybody.